Ricky Cavill, this guy again. Hello, and welcome to another episode of With Enough Prep Time. I'm your host, the Nerd Man, and today, for some reason, my banner's gone, but we are talking some smack about James Gunn. We are we are doing DC, the new costumes, and continuing our tier ranking of the DC animated movies part. Duh. So who? Someone's giving me a question mark. Question mark. Oh, why haven't we started yet? Sorry, we were waiting on another person to join. I've got Yellow Does It here with me today, and we're gonna start off the program a little bit different today. Do you want any intros and any?
Well, it's leftovers. I mean, this is all your fault. Like there's something happened a little while yesterday. I guess it was yesterday. I don't remember. All my days are starting to blend together. Something happened yesterday, and you decided to like
put you on blast for the whole
prop up some of my old work and dissect it and lay it and display it for the world. And I'm one of those people who say, you know, once you create a piece of art and you release it into the public, it's not really yours anymore. People can do with it what they want. You know what I'm saying? Barring any copyright laws, of course, which YouTube needs to be way more lenient about. Guys, come on, let's be serious. Like even 20 seconds of a song is not in any way hindering the record company's ability to. Don't let them write your policy. Don't let the people who are not on your platform write your policy. But that's a whole different type of conversation. Once you release the art out into the world, into the public, it's kind of theirs to do with what they will. They can feel how they feel about it. They can recontextualize it however they want. Whatever it is that their perspective in the world leads them to take away from the art, you cannot then try and change that because of whatever you had going on in your mind when you created it.
I love this philosophy, and I love this philosophy lesson in the beginning. And it's great because it justifies me using it to make trashy talk show YouTube videos.
Pretty much. And then whatever consequences come of it, you have to then live with that. That's just what it is. This is a consequence that has come of your decision to prop up something that I did a long time ago. Somebody else now has reacted to it. A gentleman who I have seen active in different community chats on YouTube, who I generally, I think had a generally good and positive relationship with. And then he goes and does this, all right? And I'm furious about it because I hate it.
I'm happy about it. I'm so happy.
Although I haven't seen it yet, so I don't really know. Like I started it a little bit, then I was like, wait, Nerd Man, this is your fault. So we're going to use your channel to react to this. That's what we're going to do right now. Chill Manga, shout out to you, fam. Oh, and we're definitely going to link. But yeah, pull it up and let's watch him react to my one single verse piece, part 1.
Yeah, we're reacting to the reaction.
Reaction. It's such a YouTube thing, right? It's such
no, man. Oh, dude. Film elitist, if you're around, jump on, man. Jump on, by all means. All right. You have to press play,
so
bro.
much. I think
this is
I just hate
dope.
this.
I can't wait for him to hear it.
I hate you. I hate Film Elitist in the chat talking about Yellow Nerdman showed me some of your rap recordings. Dug it. Thank you, obviously, but I just hate it. I hate it all. Right? I can't explain it. I could explain it, but I don't want to.
Monger. What's that? It's a Chillmonger hoodie available.
I hate the way he starts this video.
My name is Chillmonger. What's that?
What's that?
It's a Chillmonger hoodie available on the Teespring. Get that in white. Obviously.
I love his voice, though. His voice is incredible.
You can get hoodies,
cool, man.
T-shirts,
cool dude.
and all sorts of merchandising on Chillmonger. I went with the yellow because we're going to be reacting
super duper chill. That's my type of vibe. That's my type of energy.
Never met in person. I haven't even talked to him on stream. But
we got to change that too. We got to meet, fam. We got to link up.
I'm sure I'll meet this guy eventually one day. But this is a song that he put out a little while back.
This is quite meta.
I saw him speaking on the Hot Take Tuesdays.
Say it again.
This is quite meta. You're actually reacting to the reaction of a reaction to your song.
Right.
I love this.
Right. a reaction that's only made because of your reaction and
Reaction to my
dissection
reaction
of the
yeah.
right. So it's a lot of layers of inception here.
Here it is. I saw him speaking on the Hot Take Tuesdays YouTube channel.
Thanks for the plug there.
About this song.
Right.
And then
Shout
I
out
said, wait, before we listen to it, how about I react to it? And
Chill
that's
monger.
what brings us to this video here. It went 10 seconds in before I decided, let's watch the whole thing.
That's exactly what happened to me with this reaction video. I was like, oh, no, wait.
All right. First things first. He talks the way he raps. He raps the way he talks, rather.
Not
He's
always,
not
but yes, that
putting
is what I
on,
did here.
And that's the initial thing. But yeah, he's just trying to save his people.
Thank
Yeah. He rhymed free throw with people, and then he went to TiVo. A poet, or when something is written like that, they don't rhyme. When a rapper speaks lingo, everything
analysis.
rhymes. Reminds me of battle rap. Okay.
Yeah. My
He's
God.
going into an analysis, bro. This is an analysis, bro.
I think this is what you was
You
trying to
get
do. And
ready.
he did it better. He did it
Yeah,
better
I
watching
know,
your
like-
stream. And he did it better than
Should've
you
been on
based
here,
on
bro.
your idea, yo. You should be beefing with him.
fuck
I feel
you,
like y'all
man.
should be
Fuck you,
beefing.
man. Judging my fucking judgment talents, man. My judging talents are on point, bro. My analysis was on point, bro. You don't know.
No, it's facts. It's facts. No, it was. I was there. Because you was getting to the meat. You feel what I'm saying? The essence of it. So far, it's this right here is like when Genius does those lyric breakdowns and they put all the little colors on it and they're like, hey, this rhymed with this and this rhymed with that. That's what he's doing right now.
He's
And I
on
appreciate
point.
it, man.
He's on point. He's on point.
I don't
bro.
know why everything I say people make it sound like it's a bad thing. I didn't say anything bad yet.
Oh,
when
no,
I say something
no.
bad, there's no mistake about it.
Oh,
There's
you
no
said I
hidden
was. You said I
intention.
was garbage. It wasn't bad, but okay, all right.
Let's go. Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah, make that face.
I
when you
watched
listen.
Boys in the Hood too.
I watched Boys in the Hood too. I was outside. I was the boy in the hood. No, it's nonstop. There's no room for you to breathe. Yeah. Yeah.
I want to see how he reacts to the lion
A whole bunch
line.
of things I agree with.
We're gonna see. Hopefully.
The ridiculous thing as well, man.
Right.
This one's a good one. Ooh, yeah.
You see what he's doing? Freedom with siege, believing in peace. Believing in peace. That's like 5 syllables in a row that just rhymed. It's very much like Jadakiss, an
All
awesome rapper.
Thank you.
He's
Thank
in
you.
my top 5. I wouldn't say number 1, but
Jada's definitely
that's what
top
I'm
5
seeing,
material.
listening to here. It's just
Jadakiss.
I rhymed
is
something
interesting.
impossible, like with
I
5
don't know. The
syllables,
content isn't.
a second time.
Give it to me again.
Wait, am I thinking? No, I'm thinking of the guy from Fast and Furious. Who's he?
Ludacris?
Ludacris. Yeah. No, Jadakiss.
Ludacris is also one of the best rappers in the world.
No, he
bro.
is.
You gotta relax.
He is.
Okay,
He
all right,
is.
cool.
No. I'm not saying he isn't. I'm
Nah,
just
because
saying
you was like the content.
content. No,
I'm
I'm
like,
saying
I didn't like
for-
that face.
for content, Ludacris is not in my top 20. Just for
Sure.
content.
Yeah.
But rhymes.
He's mostly
tight.
just making
yeah,
jokes.
yeah, he's fucking tight. But Jadakiss is badass. Yeah, from the Locks.
It's facts.
From the Locks. Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Play.
The only thing they're gonna learn is our fear. How you gonna help from where you are? How they gonna learn what's not there with them? I'm here with them, letting them see my life's how I share with them.
It's very, that stun face. I love it. I'm all about it.
Has he done the line yet?
No.
Science of the best that I'm spitting. I love that line as well.
Yeah.
I
It's
didn't bring
coming
that
up.
up yesterday.
heard you was kittens. I heard you was kidding, lying, nigga. My words is efficient. Y'all words is ridiculous.
I knew he was gonna react to that bit.
Trying to turn us to victims who at best join the modern day slave trade, call working for income, then consumer.
That's right. Keep making that face, Chill. That's the face you're supposed to make when you listen to Peace. Right there. That's the one. See? Y'all don't get it.
God, I want to see his final.
That right there. Watch the transition. He said, "Wait a minute." He said, "What?" That's the face, bro. That transition where he's like, "Yo, he's really. That's crazy. That's crazy."
Yeah, that's good. Well, I'm not surprised, but I want to hear this guy's final analysis, man. Let's go for
We're
it.
coming. Oh, he wants to rush. He was hurry up, get to the end so I can talk about my stuff. This is your fault. This is what I meant. All right. When I say that as an artist puts his art out in the world, he doesn't get to decide what people do with it anymore. And guess what? I made some art. You decided to do something with it. Then you made some art off of that, and now he's decided to do something because of it. You feel what I'm saying? You got to deal with it. You have to suffer through the consequences of your actions. Nerd man.
No, I'm cool with it. I'm just saying, like, I'm very excited. I'm really excited to know what he thinks of the track. So that's what I'm saying. Go for it, man. Play it.
Yeah, we're going.
Back in the pocket you earned it from, nigga. It's sickening watching us destroy ourselves. When we should be building the future, we just avoid ourselves. Devoid ourselves of knowledge for growth. Hoping the Lord will help. The Lord itself, God is eye, taking problems by surprise.
We need politicians to do this.
If you really did want a solution, you wouldn't be killing us for them. Them as the niggas in charge, you wouldn't be dealing it for them. You getting this guap, but when does it stop? Nigga, you getting it for them. Look, you buy your drugs from them, buy your guns from them, then touch paper, get cars and clothes from them, thinking you really your boss at best. Management. Nigga, you really just lost. The next step is getting involved. But
see, it's interesting because when I hear this, let's call it positive rap, or it's not kill,
conscious.
It's not I have
It's
money,
conscious.
It's not I F this woman.
It's conscious.
Rap to me, the sound of it, you need to be aggressive. So now what he's doing is painting the picture of the 9-to-5er as like, yo, what are you doing with your life? You're a bucket. You are a cog in a system. And now he's belittling that, which is what rap
his
music,
analysis
the genre in my head
his analysis
is perfect
better than
for.
mine.
So it was preachy until it got to now the insulting. That's the part of rap that I relate
The insulting.
to that next time. Peace.
That's it. You missed it, bro. That was the end.
Oh, is it done?
Yeah. It's fucked up, right? That's it, bro. It's over.
That's Yellow Does It.
The
He's got
beat is
what,
just
150 subscribers?
Not enough.
If I can scroll down.
I don't know why he got to put my subscribers
He's at
on blast,
158.
though. It's cool, though. I
Make
get
that
it.
159, people.
Do
Make
it.
that 159. If my video, let me thumbs it up. If my video did anything, it got Yellow Does It,
My God.
an extra subscriber.
Shout out to Son, man. I appreciate that. Chill. We definitely gonna link, fam. I know you're not gonna see this because nobody watches Nerd Man, but we definitely gonna link, fam. You heard?
Yeah, that's true.
It doesn't make sense. He watched it, and that's why he went and reacted to the video.
Yeah. But yeah, man, that's sweet, dude. I love that. I hope there's more reactions.
I hated it. Also, it's not shitting on the 9-to-5er. There's a little bit of shitting on the systems that breed 9-to-5ers, right? But I think that we need 9-to-5ers. I think that not people who work 9-to-5s, they play an integral role in the economy, and they need to they hold it up on their shoulders. You feel what I'm saying? What I was talking about was the people who think that they're better than 9-to-5ers because they do things that are frowned upon that still just feed money back into the same system that continues to indoctrinate people. That's what I was talking about specifically in that portion of that verse right there. But like I said, when you create the art and you release it, you know what I'm saying? The people get to take it how they want.
No, that's what I was about to say. I think it's really interesting that that you have such a concrete idea of the meaning of your own work, because I don't. I really don't. I actually put out like the art that I do, whether it's be writing like scripts and other things. I often don't feel responsible for it. I wake up in the middle of the night and I write most of the best stuff then when I'm half lazy, and then I just have to edit.
I've been there.
It's not like I've consciously decided to put this down. It's like the thoughts popping into my head, maybe because of what I've read or what I've seen, or stuff like that kind of influences it. But ultimately, it's just pouring out of my brain. And so for me, I put it out there because I'm trying to understand myself. Like, I want people to, look at it and tell me what they think, because I don't know why, so right. maybe they'll, and I've had some really moments where somebody's told me something about a rap I've wrote or something I've written, like a little short story. And I'm like, shit, yeah, and they've got to the point of like really analyzing and getting down to like the inner me, right? That I can't see, that I deflect from myself because it's too painful to go there, like, consciously.
Of course.
So you have to do it unconsciously.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a reaction to the reaction of a reaction. We're going Inception mode here.
That had nothing to do with what we're actually going to be talking about today.
Do with what we had to talk about today. Tony said, "What's good, Yellow?"
Tony,
no man.
Salute.
Hey all. Come with the questions today. Which topic do you want to start off with? Do you want to start? Because I'm gathering you'll probably have like. Should we finish off this DC universe animated thing first, and then get into this James Gunn business, or you want to get into the James Gunn of it all first? Maybe let's get into the James Gunn of it all first.
Right.
You might want to see what prompted me to say James Gunn. I was gonna say James Gunn is trash, but there's a little bit of something that got me a little bit heated with James Gunn, right?
I guess so. Tell me. Oh shit! You froze. And it's just me here, guys. Sorry about that. All right. So as Nerdman what do you call it there? Composes himself. You feel what I'm saying? I guess I'm just gonna have to hold it down and explain how everything that he's about to say about James Gunn is completely and utterly probably like about average. He's probably right and probably wrong at the same time. Are you back now? Swag. Let's go. Let's get busy.
Yeah.
I was just trying to reframe whatever points you were gonna make to make it less valid later.
Wi-Fi issues. All right.
My God, Tony said that Earth 2 Wi-Fi.
Terrible or anything like, but just in terms of the movie itself and
you got to start over.
I'm expecting,
because I'm missing everything that you said. I've missed the whole beginning of what you were saying. You got to start over.
Okay, I've got the wrong article. Great. So I'm going to have a little interruption again, it looks like. So maybe you hope. I've got the wrong freaking article. All right.
Sure.
I'm going to get interrupted again. So just keep talking about James Gunn or the video.
I don't really have anything to say about James Gunn, but maybe whatever you reveal here will fucking, you know what I mean, change my mind about it. I don't know. I just don't know what
do you make in general? I'm just curious.
What do I think of James Gunn? Is that what you're asking me?
As a director in general.
I don't really know much about James Gunn, to be honest, man. For me, Guardians of the Galaxy was my kind of introduction to him. Like consciously. I'm sure that I've seen other things that he's done. Let me see if I can pull up a list real quick to see what kind of.
I've got a list. Don't worry. I'll send you a list.
I can just pull it up here because Google is at my fingertips. You interrupted me for no reason. So it's like, why are you doing that? Yes, Super. Yeah, no, I thought Super was great. The Guardians of the Galaxies, of course, are incredible. Slither, whatever. I don't really. Dawn of the Dead. was cool. Scooby Doo is obviously a joke, and it's not really.
Did you,
like we don't
say
really
you
have to talk
think
about it.
Super was great? Did you say you said
I did. I really like Super.
Great?
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
Yep. Yes.
I thought it was.
I really like
terrible,
Super.
dude.
That's fine.
It was awful.
It's the kind of. I think it's the kind of movie that you. I think it's the kind of like. I think it's the kind of movie that you either kind of jive with it or you don't. I think it is polarizing in that way. But I thought it was funny, and I thought it was dark and twisted, and I think it was an interesting perspective on the whole superhero thing.
It was an interesting perspective, but it was done on such a base level, and it's this is the thing with me. I don't like when superhero stuff becomes too cynical. Like it's like
sure
cynicism beyond the point of like it makes you aware of the genre you're watching, right? Like it's where it's thing with the Deadpool, right? Like it's kind of putting in your face and making you aware of how silly what is going on screen is. And I think that works sometimes, and it can, it can make kind of interesting films, but at the same time, it's like, if you don't take this seriously, then why should I take it seriously? If this is just all a fucking joke to you, then why should I take it seriously? And I especially don't like it when it iconic. Because I mean, with
yeah, you're breaking up, fam. I can't really. I missed most of the point that you were making. The first point, and then I don't know what the second point you started to make was. So it's just a lot of breaking up.
Oh, you missed most of it. Don't worry, it wasn't important. Look, let's talk about the article. I'll tell you later off screen. It wasn't really that important. It was just about like cynical superhero movies. And I think James Gunn does it a lot, and it's one of the things I don't like. But it's not what I'm talking about here.
Right.
So, Squad, you've seen the trailer, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. All right. So the trailer came out. I'll ask you about the trailer after I've gone through this. And one of the things that doesn't make sense was that
you start with how you feel about the trailer, and then you do the analysis of the trailer, right? How'd you feel about the trailer?
I'm not talking cool. about the trailer. You need to have seen the trailer to know this point I'm gonna make if you let me finish.
Right, this right. But then you're like, I understand that. But what I'm saying is, like, when you say, have you seen the trailer, and then I'll ask you about the trailer later, but then you're going to go into a deep dive about something that occurred in the trailer. You might as well do the shallow stuff first and then go into the deep dive. How'd you feel about the trailer? Whatever. It was cool. There was some funny stuff in it. And then you go ahead and do, sure. Yeah.
All right, player. You want to unload about the trailer? Go on, tell me about the trailer.
I just wanted to superficial be like, it was cool. It was alright. It was alright. It didn't make me, and that's it.
Yeah. Oh, right. You didn't like it that much. It was like kind of meh to you.
Yeah.
I thought the humor was garbage. I think the story is going to be good because James Gunn usually pulls out a quite intricate story that has good team dynamics, but I think he's he's a bit heavy laden with the humor, so, which can be off-putting depending on what kind of jokes they are. But the specific thing that I'm worried about, Guardian, the PG-13, thing, right? It was PG-13 or even PG. I'm not even sure if it was the PG-13, but
it was PG.
So he had to rein in some of the, the dick jokes and the, some of that kind of stupid type of humor. And I'm worried that without that, thing to, to control
those
him essentially, or those guidelines, give him exercise a little bit of restraint, I think he might go like really, really far to a point that it's just, I think a lot of people will like it because a lot of people do like that humor, but I'm just going to find it fucking awful. It will be Hot Takes Tuesdays. The Suicide Squad is garbage kind of thing, because that humor is just, it's something, unless it's done really, really well, it's not for me, you know?
Sure.
And, you know, a few people do it quite well. Like, I did Superbad. The director who did Superbad.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Superbad was great. Superbad was
the guys who usually do those kind of comedies do that kind of stuff really, really well. They do it on a high level where it's hilarious. If you'd call it like adult humor, smutty humor, that kind of thing. They do that shit really
toilet
well.
Humor. It's dick and fart jokes.
Well, they don't do yes and no. Toilet humor is a part of that humor, or can be a part of more cool, smutty, sexual kind of humor.
Dirty.
That you know, yeah. So some people do it really well, and it can be enjoyable. But like when it's done on a very immature level, it can even seem less mature than, you know, a film that just is, you know, like a superhero movie. Do you know what I mean?
Do you think this movie's sense of humor is fueled in a way by the fact that James Gunn had just got fired and rehired because of because the internet canceled him for really risque humor that he was displaying on Twitter and shit? Do you think he went like super hard with the kind of stupid shit in this movie to prove that people love it when they love it and they only hate it to be like convenient? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I'm not going to judge it before I see it. You know, a trailer might just be a bad misrepresentation of the actual film, and maybe the humor is really sophisticated and funny, and, you know, I walk out, you know, really happy with it. But I'll just say this: I have a fear because what I've seen that he, you know, even with something like Brightburn, where I was just like, what is the point of this? Like, I know that was his brother or something, and that he was producing, but it's just like his sensibilities towards superheroes, and specifically his dark humor or dark take on it, I find quite juvenile, to be honest. I thought Brightburn was incredibly juvenile. It's like, oh, what if
like Superman, he's just bucking against the system? He's just bucking against what he's been fed all his life and shit.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't like that. So anyway, here we go.
You'd much rather that he goes with the grain than against it?
No, I just think Nolan didn't go with the grain. What Nolan did with Batman Begins and The Dark Knight didn't go with the grain. I'd say, you know, even what
he didn't really go against the grain.
I know you hate these two movies. What do you mean he didn't go against the grain? He did go.
He didn't really go against
something new. He did something genuine because he had something genuine to say with Batman. Right? He didn't, you know, he had a singular kind of vision and a voice that he wanted to bring to the Batman projects, right? Like that completely changed it from, you know, even Tim Burton was kind of goofy. I mean, those movies were kind of goofy. They weren't like realistic crime dramas, right?
So Nolan again, made it grittier.
He brought his own voice, specific and interesting to say with Batman. Now, James Gunn brings his unique voice to these films, but I don't know that he has anything specific or interesting to say with the characters. And I'd say that even about his Guardians of the Galaxy, he brought his unique voice, and it was fucking a good movie because of that, you know, and it had an expansive canvas. You know, he's obviously got a very expansive imagination when it comes to these things, like his sets, where he takes the more beautiful, the Guardians of the Galaxy films, and like the musical sensibility, all of that. But does it have any depth? Does it say anything really? I don't know, not much. So
you don't think there's a conversation happening about kind of like the different facets of being like humane? Not that they're all humans, especially with Guardians of the Galaxy, but they're all people. They're sentient beings. You feel what I'm saying? And they have the similar kind of emotional spectrum that we have, and the same kind of social structures that we have. You know what I'm saying? So
I think he gives his characters pasts, and they're traumatic to some degree or another, and they then kind of, those traumas interact with each other, seem human and familial, and once they kind of interact with each other, there's a certain degree of healing that comes from that, like with their family dynamic. I think that's touching to a degree, but it's what film 101, you give your characters and you get them to interact with each other and they go on a journey together. So what does the film mean beyond that? I don't know.
What does the film mean beyond showing character interaction that is relatable, that people can connect with and then leave and then like feel like they had a good story, a fun ride, and characters that they could enjoy later, another time, characters that they like, characters that they relate to, they could connect with, that they found funny, all of that kind of stuff. That is, I think that is a message in itself. Is it this super critical, hyper, what's the word I'm looking for here? This like not satire, but this deep, like,
is it high art? Is it high concept art or something like that? And probably not.
Right, but not that, like this heavy, deep, like kind of a commentary on social norms or anything like that. No, but I do think Super was. I think Super had something very specific to say about the ridiculous idea of superheroes and mental health. I think all of these things like were very very connected, and I think it was clear. It was funny, but it was also heartbreaking.
I haven't seen Super in a long time, but I just remember with that it's either maybe the budget, I don't know what it was, but it just didn't look, it wasn't an engaging film to just look at, like to like follow.
You should probably go look at it again.
Maybe I'll go.
But then what about Brightburn? Brightburn is very much a kind of satirical counterculture take on what we would consider a Superman character as a child, with all of the different like childlike leanings that children are fucking nuts, you know what I'm saying, because their brains don't work right.
But it was a really boring angle on that. I was excited for that movie. I was like, oh really, we're gonna see what would have happened to Superman if, I don't know, his parents were like assholes, or
so it was I don't know, whatever you're saying.
Well, it wasn't even predictable. I think it was absolutely unpredictable, because the reason that he turns evil, it's just to be from the beginning. So, okay, we're really interesting character.
You were breaking up. I couldn't really hear the reason. You said the reason that he
becomes evil is just because he's programmed by the aliens to become evil at a certain point,
right,
and take over the world. That's it.
Yeah,
that's not what is that as a character? It's like, at least give us some reason, like he socialized, something to do with his socialization allows him to fall victim to his programming more easily, or mission like that. Give us some conflict. There was no conflict in the character. It was a bad movie, dude. Really bad. Like, in terms of the characterization, it was a very basic horror movie where he's just the kind of monster, they call them the Shadow, or the Michael Myers character. Very basic, but in him there was no fucking conflict. There's no reason. They were just trying to hurry up. They were just trying to hurry up to get him to become evil, so that people can have their little scary
so you don't like
any trying to get away with him.
So you don't like any of the horror movies that do that kind of thing, then, that just present the monster and the monster does bad stuff? You don't like any of that kind of stuff?
Oh, because I like them, some of them, because other features to them that make them better. And plus, they did it first, and they were original and unique in doing them, rather than 50 or 40, 50 years later. Now, having rehashed the same thing over and over again, just putting a different coat on it.
It's not for you then. You've seen it all before, so there's no reason for you to watch it anymore. Cool. That doesn't make the movie bad though. Sometimes a simple story works.
That's not what I argue.
Yeah, you said you just said that you've seen it before and they all did it better. Because they did it first. That's what you said.
That is not what I said. There was something before that which I was breaking down the actual character. If you are going to do a meta kind of analysis of why a Superman turns evil, that is a really boring reason for him to turn evil. He's programmed, and that's it.
Right, yeah.
And then it happens 20 minutes into the movie, and you're maybe 30 minutes, and then it's all him just evil, and there's no more conflict in him. There's no more no more revelations. Nothing more interesting happens about this character other than he's just fucking evil and then dominates the world. It's really I think it's kind of sad, that's the situation we've got to, where that's the only thing we can think of, like a Superman character or a Superman.
But now you're taking this one instance and you're extrapolating it to this bigger ideal. That's not what happened. That's just one dude making one movie about one thing.
This is what you do to me. You always deviate me away from where the fuck I'm going with this thing. But yes, all right.
You say things and then I respond to them. I'm not deviating you away from it.
Invincible is another version of this. Homelander is another version.
Invincible is very interesting, and everybody does have their different kind of like.
I didn't say Invincible wasn't interesting. I said it was very sad that this is the state of affairs where this is all we can think of, of doing with an aspirational hero, which is to deconstruct him and make him something that we ought to fear, that we can't conceive of a being that could actually be virtuous in that way anymore. So all the takes on Superman,
though, in Invincible, that's what I'm saying. You're ignoring all of the other. You're ignoring the son in Invincible, the main character, Invincible, the titular character, who is those things what you're talking about, who is the good and kind and blah blah, all of the aspirational bullshit that is alive.
The dad is supposed to represent Superman.
So it's about Superman then. So it is about Superman. Cool.
Character.
Yeah. You've fallen tricked to the truth, justice, and American lie. And now anytime anybody displays any version of that character that isn't in those same deceitful ideals, then you can't accept it. I get it. I hear what you're saying.
No, not at all, because I like those two shows. That's the difference. I still think it's sad and unoriginal that's all you people want to do with Superman. I don't mind if there was a diversity of different depictions of different ideas that they do.
Then you're ignoring Superman and Lois.
But for God's sake, man, listen to what I'm saying. Hear me out, because you're responding to points that you're interpreting me as saying. I like all types of interpretations of any character, right? But since about, I don't know, let's go with, I'll say like Frank Miller's Dark Knight Returns, the concept of the evil, which was done really well, by the way. His take on, it wasn't even an evil Superman, but it was like a corrupted, deconstructed Superman, right? Fantastic. Love that book. But ever since then, the only original idea people can have to do with Superman, is, let's make him evil and want to take over the world. They don't do things like what Mark Millar did with, Red Sun, which is a fantastic take on Superman. They don't do more complex, nuanced, interesting takes on what does it mean to deconstruct Superman. They just do, let's just make him an evil dickhead who, wants to be famous or wants to take over the world or wants to, it's bullshit. It's so boring and uninnovative. That's what I have against it. Not that it's doing some harm to the precious, reputation of Superman. That's not my problem with it. It's
Cool.
unoriginal.
But when you say that that's all they do, that's also not true, right? Because there are other things that are done with these kind of diegetic characters.
Yeah, that's what people do. A Superman show, great. Like that's good, you know. But even it got to the point that even Man of Steel was, you know, like kind of deconstructing Superman in that vein, and so was BVS, and it's just like, guys, I mean, and he wants to, you know, Zack Snyder obviously wants to take it in an injustice route. So again, you know, I just think it's done. It's overdone now. Like this evil Superman, we've seen it in the games now. Injustice, we're seeing it in another game, Suicide Squad versus the Justice League. It's really uninteresting way of looking at the character, I think, at this point. But you've got, I think you've got a valid, you know, look, this is why I wanted to talk about this after, because I think this plays into what I was going to say about this James Gunn film a little bit. There was a specific thing that I wanted to talk about with James Gunn when it comes to the Suicide Squad trailer. So in the trailer, in the beginning of it, we get a scene where Bloodshot puts Superman in ICU with a kryptonite bullet. Well, apparently, according to James Gunn, he admits he doesn't even know if it's Henry Cavill's Superman. And one of the things really pissed at in the trailer, because I thought, you know, this breaks continuity, certainly, is this notion that he put Superman in the ICU. He managed to shoot Superman. And you know, my thought immediately was, you better fucking show that in the film. If you're going to say this character did this big, massive thing, I want to see that in the film. And clearly, this is an admission already that this is just like a kind of stunt. Like it's not really integral to the story. This is a shocking thing to put in a trailer, but we're not going to use that really. It's just going to be a passing mention, because they don't even know which Superman it is. They don't know if it's Cavill. They don't know who it is. So this is just, as I thought it was, some trash to put in the film, because, you know, Bloodshot did do it in the comics. So we're just going to say he did it when it makes no sense to the DCEU continuity that we've had so far.
You assume that there needs to be a continuity, though. They're done with the continuity thing. That's obviously dead, right? They're moving in different directions. There's all kinds of different films that are being made. There are films that maintain some aspects of that continuity, and there are films that are completely separate from it, i.e. the Jokers and the Matt Reeves Batman movies, right? And we know that these things are happening. So you assume that it has to be the Superman that you've seen up to this point, when it doesn't have to. Also, the fact that Bloodsport did do it in the comics, it's even more true to the character for it to show up or be a part of his story in the film, especially if it's why he's in prison.
I don't think so, because if it's not organically, you can make up a reason why a character is in prison. You know, that makes more sense. You could say he shot a superhero, you know, like another superhero out there. Like I don't know, and that would make just as much sense, right? Like, but again, we've had a Superman who had one film, was doing some super shit. Didn't turn up, like nobody talked about him having been shot, you know, between Man of Steel and BVS. Then he dies, then he's resurrected, and then you have the Justice League, and they've set up the Justice League, right? I don't know what time period this film takes place in, really, but I can't imagine it's that far away from like a Justice League, say. When did he shoot this fucking cat? When did he shoot him? Wouldn't this be massive, groundbreaking news within the DC like EU? And I you know, you could say, you know, there's certain things with continuity breaking that I literally don't mind, and people are much more sticklers for it than I am. You know, people are always criticizing MCU movies like Loki or, you know, TV shows or films. for stuff that happened in another film, like a timeline or whatever that happened in another film. And I'm always defending that because I'm like, as long as it's consistent within its own movie. But this is too big. This is them shooting Superman, right, and putting him in the fucking ICU. I want to see that in the film. If you're gonna fucking say that, show it. That's a bullshit thing. Because, you know, they criticized fucking David Ayer for doing this, right? When it was like, oh, Katana takes the souls of her victims or whatever, right? And it just, you know, just telling us, not showing us. This is an even bigger one, right? And and it pisses me off. I think I think that's a really trash, you know, it shows me in a way that the thought process of this film is just like not even there. It makes me feel like, again, it's something I brought out when I watched the trailer, but then I continued watching the trailer, and the trailer I was not impressed with at all, and it just felt like this is just another kind of ding against this film for me at the moment. Now I'm still open to it being good, but that was a ding for me.
Sure. It's fine. That's cool. I disagree with the idea that they have to show it. I don't think that they do, but for you, you feel like you have to see it. Also, this idea that you criticizing the film because they haven't answered a question that you're asking yet is completely ridiculous. I think it's worse than the idea of somebody criticizing a film because of something that has happened in another film. Like, I think it because you don't even know if they're going to answer the question that you asked yet, which is, when did this happen? It could have easily happened at any point in time that we haven't seen yet. We don't know when the movie really takes. They say it takes place after Justice League. He could have been shot after Justice League, and then this movie takes place after that. But regardless, it doesn't matter, and we don't have to see it because it's not a part of the story that they're telling in this movie, right? But the story that they're telling in this movie is a Suicide Squad story. If you start showing the important moments and all the different characters' backstories that made them be where they are now, then you're wasting too much of the film not tell the story that you came to tell. Enzo, what up, baby?
What's going on, guys? I just seen the link now, so I said I'll pop in for a bit, you know? Check.
No probs, man. No probs. Yeah, we're talking about this Suicide Squad trailer. We can all react to it right now, actually. I'll be curious, you know, what your thoughts are. I want to talk it together.
Yeah, go ahead. Pop it on. Oh, someone froze.
I might go away for like it's
yeah.
Let
me do it. Let me do it.
Perfect.
Cool. What up, Tony? How you doing, brother? I didn't think it was too bad. It's just for me, James Gunn, Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I think it has a lot of those kind of feel to it, and I wasn't a big fan of Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
So what about the first Guardians?
I love the first Guardians. No, I love the first Guardians. Sorry.
What do you mean by that, BlackRock 316? Once you ask the questions, it causes more problems for the universe. So I'm kind of curious for that, but like
how and when did it happen? What is this? Which Superman is it? Like all of those kind of questions he's talking about.
Yeah, no, I'd love you to join as well, man. Tony, wishing. What did you say? Wishing what?
Aeon's on mic in the upshot. Oh man, if you guys haven't watched that, right? I know sitcoms have died off a lot, but the Upshaws on fucking Netflix with Mike Epps.
Mike
Epps. That shit is funny, man. That shit was funny. I'm not even gonna lie.
I couldn't get through the first 5 minutes, bro. They hit me with 3 weak jokes and a loud ass laugh track. I was like, I'm out. This is
some of the jokes don't hit, but some of them are funny as hell, bro.
they might be, but they opened it up with bad jokes, man. They were so simple. It was so standard issue, like 1990s sitcom format. I was like,
Wait, what the fuck is wrong with 1990 sitcom format, bro?
We did it for 10 years and then like 3 or 4 more years in the early 2000s. I don't need it anymore. I'm good, bro. Like, don't hit me with the same timing. Like, and then you know what he told me? And they're like, huh? What'd he tell you? He told me that if I ever see my narrow ass background there, he's going to kick me down to the whatever the fuck the punchline is. And then, and then they all stand and wait. And then they deliver their next line. I'm like, I don't care, bro. Make it funnier than that. If you're
what
gonna
did I say last night? Hater.
Whatever. I'd much rather watch Jamie Foxx reruns. I don't need to watch you pretend to be fucking like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'd much rather watch the Wayans Brothers reruns. I'd much rather watch Martin and Nate. Like, I'd much rather go back where you really was doing it.
Going into black sitcoms right now, bro. We are all going into a debate about that shit. All right, let's.
One thing I will say is Martin has a new one. Not Martin. Jamie Foxx has a new one. It's absolute trash. It's
absolute garbage.
Yeah,
because most sitcoms are trash, bro. Most sitcoms are trash.
I agree, but that's why Upshaw's was pretty good.
But I'll give it a go. I like good sitcoms. When a sitcom's good, I actually like it. I like because it just puts you in a good mood. But anyway, let's react to this Suicide Squad trailer and talk about what we think.
Robert Dubois.
Great shot.
He's in prison for putting Superman in the ICU.
Great transition.
I'm not joining you.
Not really.
We'll see.
You said not really?
Enzo, man. Enzo, I got an issue with you, fam, because you call me a hater, and all this nigga Nerdman does is hate. That's all.
He's a hater too, bro.
But I'm not a hater, though. I'm not a hater, though.
Nerdman is a DC apologist, MCU hater. Absolutely.
This is crazy, bro. Yeah. They shot Superman off screen, and he's furious. He's railing against James Gunn because all of his movies are garbage because they shot Superman off screen. Who cares? It's not important to the story, bro. All you need to do is know about it and then move on.
All right. Go on.
This is my beef. This is my issue with Bloodsport's whole thing. Is it's the exact same thing they did with Deadshot, except she's a little older and also threatened to go to jail. Like, oh, you really raised the stakes on that one. Of course, they have incredible actress Stormy Reed there, which I really appreciate, and of course, Idris Elba is going to carry the fuck out of this film. But like, you can't give me the exact same motivations. Come on, bro.
I'm sorry, I have to say this. Idris Elba does not have it like Will Smith. Idris Elba is a really good character actor, right? But I'm talking about in terms of like the charm, being, like
just the charm of being the guy on screen.
Yeah, I don't know it's gonna work as well with Idris Elba, but
it's gonna work better because he's gonna actually be there acting. He's not just gonna be Will Smith acting. That's the problem with Will. I love Will, and I think he does incredible stuff. But there's no movie where it's not Will Smith acting. There's no movie where it's like that. Whereas Idris, he disappears into the characters, and that's what acting is for me.
He does, but I don't think he's good with the jokes, bro. And every joke I've seen him try and deliver. Because James Gunn has him as a jokey character, it looks like, but at least a bantering character. He has him as I saw in the first trailer, he was doing all the banter and trying to get in there with that, and I'm like, this isn't a good look for Idris Elba. Idris Elba is a serious actor. You've got to I don't know, whatever, he's fantastic, like in Luther or something like that, when it's a psychological, serious kind of shit. But as that guy doing the quips, the funny action guy, I'm not sure he's got it like that, bro. Especially when he does his English accent. It sounds
I don't remember.
It sounds particularly weird when he's doing it.
I don't remember what you're talking about with the quips and all that shit, but we'll see. You feel what I'm saying? I think you're wrong.
It's in first and second trailer more. It seems here they're trying to show the more serious side of his story in this one, to show that he's like the kind of the heart of the story in a way. But anyway.
It always seemed to me that he was just shitting on whatever dumb shit somebody was doing. That it didn't seem to me like he was trying to crack wise or anything. He was just like, the fuck is wrong with you? That's what it seemed like he was doing most of the time to me.
But by the way, Yellow, you were right on the money. This whole thing with the daughter, what kind of stupidness is that? It's weak, bro. It's
the exact same thing.
Exact same thing. Exact same story. Yeah.
It's garbage.
I agree.
Court date is coming up.
And Miss Waller said maybe you could help me out.
You're flexing in my door!
Everyone stand down.
Miss Waller, I don't...
Stand down!
That scene I want to see.
Yeah, you know that's going to be good. Viola Davis?
Yeah.
Idris,
Mission
come
went
on.
more important than you could possibly imagine.
Yeah.
Are you in or out?
Acts, goddamn it.
Dude, pause 1 second. Pause 1
Acts,
second.
goddamn it.
She's a fucking great actress, man.
Oh
Really
my god,
good
a
actor.
monster.
Yeah.
A monster.
She's a monster. Probably the best actress in Hollywood right now, to be honest.
Fam,
But,
I'm
I
hard
agree.
pressed to argue with you. I'm hard pressed to argue with you.
If do you see that fucking Mama's what was it?
Yes.
The
Yes.
jazz
Yes.
Ma Rainey.
dude.
Yeah.
She went off.
Yeah.
She went
Yeah.
off in that
Yeah.
film.
She
bro.
was amazing in that movie. I agree.
Monstrous.
But anyway, it really sickens me to see Viola Davis, like who was really great in the first movie. I don't care what anyone says; she was really great. Whatever they gave her, she chewed it. She made it like that much more sumptuous, and it wasn't even that much. But you've got her in this movie, and she has to deal with fucking lines like this is the great Viola Davis here. Has to deal with lines like that's gonna come up that John Cena says. Pisses me off, man. Shouldn't be in the same scene as that kind of shit writing. I'm sorry. But anyway, continue.
All right.
Sorry, she shouldn't. Shouldn't.
Each member of chosen
It's above
Okay,
that.
this guy's gonna die. Those guys are gonna die. He's probably not gonna die. I hope they don't kill her. I like the Rat Queen. I like her look. I like the vibe that I get. I want to see more.
Oh, look at this one. Ooh, great. A pretty lady needed.
Is this thing
A pretty lady needed to take a shit. How hilarious.
Yeah, but Harley's suit is amazing. I love her costume, whatever you want to call it, outfit. I think it's gorgeous.
Oh, the outfit's fantastic.
Yeah, I love everything about it. But yeah, no, obviously she's like James Gunn does not write. There's a lot of potty humor that is just it's very lowbrow, and I understand I almost agree with every single like critique that you have of that, but it may still be funny in the film, and that's a problem that I have with like you prejudging because you just assume that it's trash because you don't like that kind of stuff, which is fine, right? Because there's stuff that I assume is trash because I don't like it, but it may still be funny.
I'm not assuming anything. I'm saying that I'm looking at what the jokes are that they are showing me, and they're trash. And I hope,
and you don't like them because you're smarter than that.
I'm hoping that when the film comes out, that the jokes they're hiding the funnier jokes because they want us to see that in the cinema. That's all I can hope from them. But I'll say this: what I meant about the Viola Davis thing. I'm not saying like, oh, she's so above that. Just as a simple as a simple critique, but it feels like they're lowering what she was doing in the first movie rather than increasing, like getting, making it even better. Seems like, I don't know. I just don't see her as like that domineering as she was in that first movie. So
right. So you think they've decreased her role?
I think they've decreased her role, and that kind of pisses me off. But we'll see. We'll see.
No, they likely have decreased her role. But she's obviously not going to be the person who needs to be extracted because Starro is about to destroy the city, right? Like that was the crux of that first Suicide Squad that made her character so great, which her character was great. Never can say she wasn't. Was that she tricked everybody into come saving her. That was the whole thing, and it was disgusting, and they were all risking their lives and everybody, and then she kills everybody in the room that like fucking so that to keep it all a secret. Like all of that shit was amazing, and I doubt that any of that is going to play a part in this.
And that's sad because you've got Viola Davis.
I don't think that changes how domineering she's going to appear, though. She's just maybe they'll underutilize her. Maybe they'll underutilize her.
I hope they don't.
But the fact that she's in a scene where John Cena's telling a terrible joke isn't that's not.
You know what I would have wanted to see from that butthole joke? They should have got somebody else to say that, and she should have blew his head off. Yeah, right, then I would have taken that fucking scene.
Sure.
Anyway.
Sure. Because you hate the joke that much, right?
Yeah, and then I would have laughed. I would have been that funny.
What kind of dog do you think it is, mate?
I'm gonna go with Afghan Hound.
Oh my God, is it a werewolf?
Yo, they sent me this to a werewolf! Yo, let me out!
Hey, he's not a werewolf, okay? He's a weasel. He's harmless. I mean, he's not harmless. He's killed 27 children, but...
That's funny. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. He's harmless.
Okay,
He's not
all
going to
right.
hurt you out. Well, he's not harmless. He killed 47 children, but I just think
27
that's.
children, all
But it
right.
is. But that is the joke that made me think that James Gunn is like packing this. In a very like mean spirited way, packing this movie with jokes that would have got that had they been on Twitter and him just saying them, they're part of what got him canceled for 3 months or whatever it was. Like I think some of that is in this movie because this is the first movie back.
There was one joke that was similar to that in the last trailer that I thought was really hilarious with John Cena, where he's like, "I'll kill every man, woman, and children to achieve freedom."
Peace.
I thought that was peace.
I love
right?
peace. Yeah.
So that
Very
was
good.
pretty
Very
fucking
good.
funny.
But the
one
dicks
was
on the
smart.
beach, the dicks on the beach thing was horrible. That was
what do you say? I'll eat a whole beach full of dicks or whatever. For peace, or whatever it was. Yeah, I don't know. I hated I hate the pacifist, whatever his name is, the peacemaker character. I hated him from the beginning. I don't like his stupid toilet helmet. Everybody's like, that's what he's supposed to be. I'm mad that he's got his own TV show. There's so many more interesting things that they could be doing. I.e. Static fucking Shock.
Your mission
is
to destroy every trace of something known only as Project Starfish. Any questions?
Starfish is a slang term
Blow
for
his
butthole.
fucking head off.
Is any connection?
Yo, this shit is great. What do you mean? Look at the delivery with which he delivers this.
Starfish is a slang term for a butthole.
The severity in his I really like the Rat Queen. The severity in his face when they the severity.
Any questions?
The intensity.
Starfish.
Look at the bicep curl. Like, son is very serious. He needs to know this is important, pertinent information. He's got his legal pad out.
See?
Right?
See? You're funnier than the film. You're funnier than this fucking trailer, Yellow.
It's easy when you have gold to work with like this. When you have gold like this to set up a joke, it's easy to be funnier than the trailer, man. All right? They've done that. I'm standing upon the shoulders of giants, all right?
All right, don't remix this again, though, bro. Let's go through the trailer.
Don't tell me how to share stuff on your stream, all right?
This is a slang term for a butthole. Think there's any connection?
No.
No. You don't think that's good? I don't know. That's good stuff. I think it's a lame joke, but I think all of the reaction shots are good stuff.
This is suicide. Well, that's kind of our thing.
I'm a superhero!
Oh, God. That was a good shot. That was a good shot.
Which one was it?
With Harley in the thing with the rats. Yeah, that one with Harley and the rats. That's kind of cool. I think the action's going to get them in this. So I think people are going to like it. I'm just going to get probably frustrated by the jokes, but like the story and the action. That's probably... which is how I felt about Guardians, essentially.
This is why I was going to ask you: is it because he did the Guardians movies, and that's why you think that you're going to hate this one?
I don't
from the MCU.
I don't like when DC does that. I think
because it comes from the MCU.
I think that's cheap. I think that's cheap. Find your own style. You know,
right?
I think that's cheap, dude.
Sure, but
I think these characters are so wacky that it's interesting to try and take them a little bit more seriously. That's what I kind of like when DC does that. Like if you see films like the Flashpoint.
They said James Gunn, you've been canceled. We're gonna hire you. You can make any movie that you want to make. And then he said, "Well, I want to do Suicide Squad." So it's not really on DC.
Yeah, which is well, I would have preferred either a comeback or they got someone like Gareth Evans or something like that. Someone who's like got a sensibility that will contrast with, as I said, the wackiness of the characters. I think that's more interesting. Again, it reminds me of that. In the beginning of Flashpoint, where he's goes to the Flash Museum and he's fighting all of these like weird, wacky Flash villains, but they take it they do a darker spin on them. I think that is the flavor of DC that I often kind of enjoy, trying to contextualize wacky characters in a more serious way rather than trying to make wacky characters even wackier. But
Yeah,
you
but
know,
we
that's
did
just
that
me.
with the wacky. We did that with the wacky characters, taking them seriously in Man of Steel, and everybody hated it until BVS came
Superman
out
isn't
and
that wacky.
until BVS came out and Justice League came out, and then everybody was like, "Man, of Steel is a masterpiece. We have to continue like doing that. Stop WB. Stop holding Zack Snyder back. Let him deify all of these characters." It just seems like boom. Yeah, there you go. Boom. It just seems like. I don't know.
Thank you.
Sometimes it's okay to just be stupid and have fun. When that's all we're getting, then it's a problem. But that's not all we're getting right now. So
Yeah, this actually looks good.
That's my dad.
I want to get you out of real life.
I'm going to get you out of here alive.
what kind of relationship do they think they're trying to build here?
You know,
Stuff, man.
my thing is with all the jokes and stuff, James Gunn is a fan of the Suicide Squad. And I would think if you're a fan of a product or you know what I mean, a franchise or whatever comic book, you kind of put more effort into the movie. So I'm thinking that it's gonna be better than the first one.
Do you believe
or
that?
At least you try to.
When these directors say they're fans of the source material, I often think they're bullshitting. To be honest, I don't. I really don't buy that. Suicide Squad is a pretty kind of niche fucking comic in the DC universe. That he was like really busting reading them during film school at NYU.
But it does speak to the type of. It does speak to all the complaints that you had about his movies earlier in the stream.
Although he did do Super, that was an original concept by him. So maybe he is a big comic book geek. I don't know. Could be.
Mm-hmm. Could be.
But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much like what I wanted to say about James Gunn.
Hold on. Rick Flag has to get his very serious joke out right now.
You've been remixing it like it's fucking Beyonce's
relax a little bit. Relax.
Shit. I'm like, what the fuck?
And Beyonce's overrated.
Ratatouille, what do you got?
Bird.
Now it. Stay off the comm.
There you go. That's your man Rick Flag's big line at the end of the fucking trailer.
That was all I really wanted to talk about with James Gunn was this Superman thing and to look over that trailer.
Yeah,
again.
so he's killing Superman off screen. Enzo, how do you feel about it?
He's killing Superman off screen?
No, he's not killing him, but he's shooting Superman with a kryptonite bullet and pulling him in the ICU off screen. And what's the name here? Nerdman is furious about it. What do you think, Enzo? That's just a thing that I do. I forget names.
To be honest with you, I don't care. That doesn't bother me. You know what I mean? You'll probably get the DVD and there'll be a deleted scene or some shit like that, or an extra.
They'll do the Shazam. It'll just be a chest down.
Yeah, exactly. I have no issues with that because it's not about Superman. You know what I mean? So they can imply it.
Very simple concept.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well,
what up, LDG?
Well, that's just like your opinion, man. Anyway,
it's not, man. We take things like they should be, but since you're the DC apologist, you're like, no, you got to show Superman getting shot with the kryptonite bullet.
You want to see the grit,
don't invoke the Almighty's name,
the grit and the blood of it all, man. That's what I want to see. All right, man. Let's move on to have you seen The Long Halloween yet, Enzo?
It's out.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, I didn't know. No, I didn't see it.
Yeah, well, I did a miniature kind of review of it while I was ranking the DCAU movies.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna bring my ranking list up now. Me and Yellow were doing it together, so we're gonna
hold on. That's gonna take a while, right? We still got costumes to talk about.
Oh, you want to do costumes first?
I just want to say for the record that I think the Supergirl costume looks great, and all of y'all that's hating on it are fucking retarded.
What?
All right, well, we can do the costumes first. If you've got you're passionate about it, let me up the Supergirl.
I thought Nerdman's hot takes were hot. What the fuck you mean?
It's not even a hot take, bro. She looks great.
No.
The girl looks great.
No, it does not. It
looks
like
we had the Shazam one, the Supergirl one, and then what else did we have?
Did you?
What else did we have?
I think that's it. Really, we saw a little bit of the Flash. We saw a little bit of what Michael Keaton's Batman son will be.
Yeah.
But what is there? I feel like there is something missing. No, I think that's it. I mean, we got the Red Hood, I guess, in that Teen Titans trailer. But who watches Titans, really? You know. Or did you also love Titans? Fucking weirdo.
The TV series?
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it.
The Titans, the grown up, the fuck Batman. Y'all enjoyed that, huh?
Yeah, I liked it.
Sure, cool. I'm glad.
You didn't like it either?
I thought they did good stuff. I think it's not as bad as people try to make it seem, but it's not good.
Wow.
At best, in its best moments, it's a 6, and in its worst moments,
Titans
it's pretty
show.
Bad.
You mean
the
Titans?
I love Hawk and Dove. I think I love Hawk and Dove, and I love Dick and Raven's relationship. But I didn't. It was.
It's all trash, bro. It's all trash. You're trying to like gas it up, man. Even that is gassing it up too much. Dick is terrible. Fucking like the actors
but Dick and
aren't
Raven's
actually
relationship
all
I really
that
like.
bad.
No, they're all great actors. I think, except for the baby. The baby obviously, she's new, so she doesn't know what she's doing. But
my problem is with season.
I thought the black what's her name?
Starfire.
Starfire. I thought she was fantastic in the first episode.
Yes, she was great.
First season, and then in the second season, she was nothing. They did nothing with her. I hated that part too.
I couldn't get. After they what do you call it? Dick teased me with the whole Trigon thing, and I was like, I'm not coming back to finish this. It wasn't good enough. I don't care.
Yeah, they did nothing with her in the second season, and the second season it was like every episode was introducing a new character, and that was a big problem for me too for the second season.
That makes sense.
But they did Deathstroke in that show. They did him really good. Deathstroke was done really well in that show. I put him up there with one of the Deathstroke from Arrow.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that it was such a trash show, though, huh?
It was all right.
Shit was trash, bro.
No, both of you guys
I don't
was trash.
People repping for like it's just people for just weird.
Nah, man, that shit was good. The fighting, the violence in that shit was fire.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So were all the storylines great?
Boy,
not really.
Yeah, no.
Beast Boy was trash.
To say you can only to a fucking tiger.
Yo, Nerdman, you have to stop trying to bring stuff up. It completely ruins your like stream quality. We can't hear you. You breaking up and shit like that. Like, let me do it. Just tell me what you want to bring up, and I'll bring it up, and then it'll be fine, right? Because we need to hear you when your flame takes, and we can't hear you when you're trying to do too much.
All right, so look at that. You're telling me that
I'll
good?
need the and the Shazam stuff. Yeah.
Shazam. That's what it was.
You think that suit looks good, Yellow?
Absolutely. I think that is gorgeous. I think it's fire. I love her whole aesthetic.
I don't know, man. Look at the abs that they put on that. That shit looks horrible.
My nigga, that's not going to be in the final movie. Like that. First of all, part of that is the harness. Part of that is the harness to like keep her, you know what I'm saying, comfortable while she's suspended in the air underneath. Because you can't just wear that shit around your hips. You have to have like your whole core needs to be engaged. And also, it's easier for them to find it and CGI it out when you have things to work with like that. When you're doing like graphic, when you're doing post-production graphics and shit. They're not gonna be spiky. She's not gonna have spiky abs. That's not a thing. No one has ever had spiky abs. Even with the god-awful abs that Zack Snyder painted on every member of the 300, none of them had spiky abs. That's such a stupid thing for Twitter to latch onto and act like she doesn't look amazing. Everything from head to fucking toe about this picture right here is gorgeous. She looks incredible. She's absolutely adorable. I'm getting big Buttercup vibes, and I love the red on top and the rest of the just blue. I really appreciate it, man. And when they finally color corrected and all of that shit is gonna look even better than this. Like you guys with the cape, you guys are out of your fucking mind.
But you know how when you're an old man and they wear their pants up to like when they wear their pants up to their fucking belly buttons, that's what it looks like to me. It looks like it looks like her fucking shit is all the way up there to her belly button.
Wait.
I mean, it is, but
Enzo, I'm gonna have to call you out. First of all, what are you talking about? What are you guys? I like it. Don't just presume.
Oh, so you like it too? Oh shit! I didn't say that. You said you guys.
No, I'm. What?
No, yellow was the one that.
So, and then the
yellow was the one that said you guys.
I have to call out this. I have to call out this
man,
comment.
you're breaking up, bro. You're breaking up a lot, man.
Am I breaking up now?
Yeah, a little.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. I think I do. Yeah, go ahead.
What the hell is going? Yeah. Tell me if you can hear me.
Yeah, but just
I was saying.
Man, help me help you. End your screen share and then share mine and then talk. You feel me? It's not a proximity thing. It's the internet. It's not a proximity. You're asking StreamYard to do too much. Stop sharing your screen and then share mine, and then you should be able to talk freely. The whole time we were watching the Suicide Squad thing, no problem. You feel what I'm saying? So let's just stick with what works.
Okay, cool. Right. So am I fine now?
Yeah,
we don't need you closer to the mic. You were fine. It was the internet that was fucking it up. It was the break. It wasn't the proximity of the microphone.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'll put my mic down in a minute. But I was just saying that I was calling this comment here. It's I love the outfits. They turn balls into body condoms. I don't even know what it means, but I need some explanation.
He's talking about the texture from when he was in elementary school.
Yeah, good point. Yeah. Now, I'm pretty sure it will look better in the movie with the CGI and everything. But right now, that I'm looking at right there and there, I'm like, oh, hell to the fucking no.
I don't get it, guys. I think it looks great. I think she looks incredible, and I'm excited to see how she gives it up, man.
How she gives it up? She's not giving it up to anybody, bro.
I think it plays into as well how the comic is, right? With the Flashpoint, like world version. That's why I like this. If she was like this in the main, something to say, but like as a version, I think it's actually fine. Like these abs going down to her pelvis, I think that's kind of weird looking. Abs literally go into her, and as Enzo said, it does look like they put the trouser line
right up in her belly button. Yeah, you know what I mean.
A little bit in American vernacular.
Yeah, it looks like them old. Sorry to say it, but them old white men where they walk around and they wear their pants like right up to their fucking nipples and shit. That's what it looks like to me.
Were you sorry to say white men? What were you sorry to say exactly? I'm just which of those words were you
the white men part
that you didn't want to?
The white men part.
Let me not bring up white men. What?
The white men part, but I'm just saying this looks like that. It looks to me like that, and I'm just like, okay,
yeah,
I know they'll fix it.
It's high. When you talk about it's high being high waisted, yes, it clearly is high waisted. But this idea that the abs are going down to her pelvis, like, I understand none of you guys have 6 or 8 pack abs or anything like that, but people's abdominal muscles do stretch from their upper fucking thorax down to their.
Man, what are you talking about, bro? I got abs like crazy, bro. These are abs of steel over here, right over here. You know what I mean?
I see you.
This is
my girl laughing at me.
And I've got.
She's like, abs where?
No, I general, general, I don't know with the
Yeah,
but
you're
anyway,
still breaking up a lot.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
coming
that
back in,
That's
right?
that's
So
that
I'm gonna
UK
leave the
internet,
stream and
bro.
then come back in.
Yeah. That's that UK internet. You know what I mean?
No, it's nothing to do with.
You don't think so? You don't think that's specifically the upload speed of your internet? Like that's
Oh, it's definitely the internet, hands down.
that's
Because I used to have
I don't
that
know
same
how
problem.
yeah.
Yeah, I used to have the same problem when I first started off. My internet used to be fucking trash, and I used to think it was my PC and shit or something. You know what I mean? Like, why the fuck is it? And dude was like, "No, it's your
No.
internet. It's your internet."
That's
And when I
it.
changed my
That's
internet,
It's the
it's been
upload
smooth
speed.
sailing ever since. So
Yeah, I gotta give these motherfuckers a lot of money for this upload speed. It's a fucking
yeah, me
ripoff
too. I know,
because of the
me too.
monopoly.
Hmm. Actually, it's not that bad for me. Because I got a deal, so it's like $80 a month. You know,
Yeah, no,
for
that's amazing. That's way better than any situation that I have.
oh yeah, you pay more than that.
Yes, because they are fucking criminals.
Who you with?
I don't even want to talk about it.
I wouldn't know anyway if I'm in Canada, you know what I mean? But
It's not. It's not. I just don't want. I hate them.
uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Must be Comcast.
You feel me?
look,
feel
you're
me?
in here twice. You're in here twice. Look at that shit.
Yeah. Hot Takes Tuesdays. Shadow Clone Jutsu.
There you go. It should be good now.
All right, you're here, man. You're good. It looks solid. Go ahead, give it to us, man. What was the shit you was talking about?
Oh, I was just telling you I'm going out and coming back in. That's it. So,
no, I'm talking about the costume.
About the costume. I've said all I have to say about. There's weird elements to how it looks, but in general, I like it. I mean, I think that once you see that in live action, that's going to look cool. I don't have a big problem with this. Everything I'm seeing from the Flash set looks dope. I like it. Like what I'm seeing from the set. Who knows what the film's gonna be? But the film does seem a little bloated, but we'll see.
I love this little Latina. She looks exactly like Laura Lane Kent, bro. She looks exactly like the other Supergirl, the daughter of Lois and the daughter of Lois and Clark in some world. I can't remember. Like it's the exact same girl. I'm excited to see what they do with this, man. I think she looks incredible. I'm
interesting.
excited.
If they do that, that would be really interesting. But do you think then that Krypton would have exploded later, and then it was Superman who sent his daughter off to Earth, or how would that work?
This is Clark and Lois's daughter from some Earth, from some other Earth, you know? That's who this is. Or that's what the model is based off of. I don't know who this character is going to be, but that's what she looks like. She looks like that version of Supergirl.
Well, it could still be what I'm saying, which would be really interesting. That would be kind of a fun way to take it. Like actually,
Absolutely.
It was Clark Kent or Kal-El who sends his daughter. While the planet is exploding, but that would be interesting.
And then to see how different Kal-El would have been having been raised on Krypton as opposed to by John and Martha Kent. You know what I'm saying? That could be something also that could be explored. That would all be very interesting. Now, that doesn't mean that because your idea is cool, that when they don't do it, that makes the movie bad. That's the problem that you people tend to do. You project your bullshit onto these movies. And who the fuck did it? Somebody did it yesterday,
back on
too.
That shit again?
That's what y'all do. That's what y'all do. That's what y'all do. All right, so there you go. That's who it was. I didn't remember who I was taking a slide at, but it was Enzo. I was taking pop shots at Enzo just then. I couldn't remember who it was, but yeah, y'all were talking nonsense. I wanted them to do this and they didn't do it, so it's trash. Okay, I guess.
No. That wasn't why.
You're not ordering a sandwich. It's not like I'm like, yo, let me get the tuna on rye and they bring it out on wheat. This is trash. That's not how movies work.
That is not why I said the Loki shit was trash, because they didn't do what I wanted them to do. I just said it was because it got predictable. That's why.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anyway, guys, are we? Should we go on to the those little
what, Shazam? You didn't see Shazam?
Shazam! Hey, I found out something really interesting about this the other day.
Bro, this is beautiful. Before you get into your nerd man, I'm gonna talk for an hour. This is fucking gorgeous. Every inch of it, every pixel on this goddamn frame, even the scaffolding behind them is super swaggy. Like, this is beautiful. I love the colors. I love the colored people. Like, I love everything about this right here. Please go ahead. Go get off. Get shit off.
It's all right. I mean,
hater. He's a hater. He just
hate.
I mean, if you like the padded suits and stuff like that, I get it. You know what I mean? If you like that padded shit, but if he's gonna go up against The Rock, if he's gonna go up against Black Adam,
Shazam's supposed to be a little bit. Shazam's supposed to be smaller than Black Adam. Black Adam's the villain, the intimidating, unbeatable monster. So it makes sense that Black Adam's going to be bigger than Shazam. Shazam's a fucking kid. Black Adam's a man. I don't see like they
has
to
a
be
family.
the exact same size, and he's got a family, dude.
But when Shazam does his Shazam and he looks like that, he's not really a kid. He's supposed to be a buff dude. And I'm just saying, like, the padded. I fucking defended him.
Zachary Levi is like 6'4", bro. Like, I don't know how much bigger you really want him to be. The guy
I defended the padded stuff. I do, but it does look kind of weird. Yeah, it does look kind of weird.
No. The first one was weird. This looks amazing.
That is the first one, no?
No, that's how you know y'all to just be on Twitter regurgitating the same bullshit. You just get it in your head Twitter, and you don't actually use your mind and look and use your eyes and look at it and form your own goddamn opinion. This shit is beautiful. This is all from the second movie. This is all like new stuff right here. They've trimmed down he looked goofy as fuck in the first movie, bro. Like the pad, it was too much. And everybody had all kinds of excuses for it, but now they fixed it, and
I honestly didn't mind it. And the person saying, "Oh my God, Megan Good," Megan Good looked good. She looks all good in the hood, bro. I love even like the little laces as well, like that she's.
If there's one thing I watch it for, it's that. That's the one reason why I watched that movie, for that there.
You're crazy, man. Shazam is great. Shazam is a good
I want
time.
that Asian. Shazam's a fun movie. You like it as well, right?
I don't hate it.
Me, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, it's a fun movie. But I want that Asian kid in it more, man. I liked his swag in the first one, but he didn't get enough to do. So I want more focus on the family. A little bit more focus on the family than like just the two, for want of a better word, like the two white male kids, right?
So but you got a female there in a short skirt, and then you got Megan Good, and you want to see the Asian guy. No, give me the two females. I want to see them.
No, I want to see it, dude. I don't give a fuck about. I'm not gonna.
A little light objectification. It never hurt nobody.
Yeah, exactly.
Look. Unless I've got Megan Good's number and she wants to fuck me, I'm not interested in her sexuality in the fucking film. I just care about like the fucking characters and it being a fun film. You guys can fantasize all you want. I don't like it. To me, I don't look at these actresses like that. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about like I never get that like this. Anyway, I'm not going to criticize that.
Wait, what? That's what I'm saying. Like you're gonna tell me like when you seen like fucking, if you ever seen it, Love and Basketball, and Saint Lathan came out in that fucking white little miniskirt, you didn't say damn and like holy shit.
I haven't seen Love and Basketball. Is she good in it?
Yeah, she's good in it. She looks.
I'll watch that after. I'll watch it after. Again, as I said, when I'm watching films, like I don't try and torture myself by being super attracted to the women because I ain't gonna bang them. So it really doesn't matter. I'll focus on sexualizing the women I see and know and
that you can bang,
and that I can maybe get something with. I ain't interested in doing it with like movie stars. Yellow, you got any comments on that?
Seeing as that I am in a relationship, I have to watch the ones on screen because I can't be watching ones that on the street like that. You know what I mean? So I'll take it where I can get it.
I see. It's voyeurism in order to fulfill your. Yeah, I get it, man. I get it, brother. All right. Yellow, you have no commentary on that, right? But the suits
there's definitely something to be said for how anytime a woman shows up, we immediately think sex. But there's also something to be said for the exact opposite, to like completely ignore the fact that there are attractive women on screen. I just don't see how you can do it. I think both of you have things that you need to work on so that you could be more like me, honest and fair.
No thanks. I'm good the way I am.
I don't know. I think, funny enough, like, there's been a few times I've really had the hots for like women on in film, but it's very few. And the one that stands out to me, which is kind of weird, is like Helena Bonham Carter from Fight Club.
Of course.
I had a real big thing for her, man. That was fucking weird. Like
everybody did.
Oh, was it everyone? Okay, so I'm not weird. I don't think I've ever told people before. Like,
no, you are weird.
I am weird, but that's also the case that yeah.
No. You're weird for liking Helena Bonham Carter. You're weird for liking Helena Bonham Carter. It's just not unusual. That's the thing. Everybody knows crazy bitches have great pussy.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And I like Catwoman as well. So I think there's in the Burton movies. So I think there's.
I thought you were going to say Halle Berry's Catwoman, bro.
No. I think there's a little bit of
wait. In the context of what we're talking about,
crazy chicks.
In the context of what we're talking about, for him to bring up Halle Berry's Catwoman would not be unheard of. Now, we're not talking about if the movie's good or not. We're talking about how women look.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah. To be honest with you.
She looked fucking amazing in that ridiculous outfit.
I don't think so.
She did.
I don't think she did.
I think she looked kind of weird.
I get it. You don't like black women. I understand.
Eleanor from Vampire Diaries was my first love. Ooh, yeah, that's an interesting one.
How old are you?
I'm trying to think. Oh no, I like Halle Berry and other stuff. Halle Berry in Swordfish, or even in
Swordfish. Yeah.
She'd love to get her. Her baps out, didn't she? But Halle Berry in what's that one that she won the Oscar
Everything?
for?
Monsters Ball.
Monsters Ball.
Monsters Ball. Yeah, man. Give me Halle Berry from that over Catwoman, bro.
Halle Berry in everything.
Even in John Wick 2, John Wick was
everything. All of the things.
Fire.
All of the things. She's fire. She's smoking, man. She's smoking, no doubt about it.
I even thought Hela from Thor Ragnarok was fire too, though.
She looked great as Hela. Kate Winslet looked absolutely. Kate Blanchett. Kate Blanchett looked absolutely amazing as. I get them all. They're all the same.
Is that why you like that trash film? Is that it? It explains.
That's definitely a part of it.
Because she looked hot.
I didn't like the movie, but I liked when she was there. You know what I mean?
Hela is mad dope, bro. Hela was mad dope.
Is Jennifer Connelly. Oh, Jennifer Connelly.
Jennifer Connelly's fucking. All right, that's not what we're here to talk about, guys. We're not just going to start listing every attractive woman in the world.
No, I'm going to. I'm getting into it now. What does it say? We need more Viola Davis and Frances McDormand in the industry. I'm tired of people only judging women in movies. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, philosophical
Nope. Absolutely wrong. Absolutely wrong. Clearly, you've never seen Viola Davis's tits and ass.
Oh, that's true too.
Clearly, God damn.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
She's cute.
Out your fucking mind.
But she's cute, like a dude. When she wants to be, she's cute. But she can also look, frumpy as well. Like if need be. But I think Viola Davis is a hot chick. Anyway, I was trying to think of one more, but fuck it. Let's talk about. This is interesting. I don't know if you knew this. I found out this news about this picture. Put the picture up.
Okay, all right.
What's this to do with the thing?
I thought there was. I didn't know that. I thought we were moving on. Yeah, I'm bringing it up now. It's there.
I'm curious. I don't think you're going to have a big opinion on it, but you might have like somewhat of opinion. Now, if you notice, all of the older, they're playing the older Shazams of the like younger kids, but the girl who plays Mary Marvel, the girl in red, right? She got so old, right? Like looking, she looks like a full-grown woman. That they just decided to keep her in both roles as both the kid and the Shazam, basically. But apparently the actress, it's Mary Marvel in the comics. But apparently the actress who played the older Shazam only found this out on Twitter when this was released.
Wait, I don't understand what you're saying to me now. I did not follow that. So in the movie, the actress playing Mary is old enough to play the superhero.
The older superhero,
right. Yeah.
All right. But she only found out on what?
No, the actress.
Okay.
Go on, Enzo.
Yeah, the actress that played the older one in the first version only found out.
Oh,
recently.
Okay. I got you. So she didn't realize that she was fired.
Yeah.
Basically.
I mean, whatever. Shit happens, man. It's Hollywood.
Yeah, I just thought that was kind of weird. Like,
it's fucked up.
Like an interesting story. Like, it is a bit fucked up. I think.
But we're talking about
anyway.
We're talking about Warner Brothers and DC. They do that shit all the fucking time.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck.
I think it's simple. Like, you were hired to contract for this movie. You don't have a contract for this other movie, or they would have used you. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, like, why would you assume when you don't have a contract that you have a job? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. Now, emotionally, we say, you could have let her know. Why did she have to find out this way? But it's like, there's no reason to let someone know that they don't have a job that they never thought they had.
Well,
I mean, does every single
they're doing a Shazam film, and they could have given a courtesy call to just say, hey, we've tried to be thinking about like how we can get you to swap over to the Shazam doll, and it looks weird now because you look basically the same age.
Do they have to give every single courtesy call to every single person who's not showing up or working on this movie?
One person.
That just seems like a ridiculous. This is one person that we care about because of social media. But what about everybody else who could possibly have something to do with the movie? Do we always give these weird courtesy calls? That's like saying that somebody. That's like saying that everybody who you apply to any job that you give an application to has to then alert you when they choose not to hire you or that's a weird thing that doesn't. It just seems like a ridiculous idea that people have decided is a thing.
No. The woman got fucked over. If you think about
I disagree.
The first film, all her scenes were cut. Like all of these characters in the first film had more scenes. They got cut. She had not even a speaking role pretty much in the second movie. Like maybe she had like one line or something like that, but generally all the things that she did in that movie got cut. She then thinks, okay, doesn't really matter.
That's part of the business.
It doesn't really matter because, in the end, I'm coming back for this is my franchise now. I've got a franchise.
No.
They're doing the second movie. We've got all we're getting all of the older, like the superhero versions of the kids coming back. I've got a job, and then to find out on Twitter when you're one of the main,
you don't have a job.
She's one of the main cast. I think that's terrible. I think that's absolutely outrageous.
There's a contract, bro. There is a contract. If she had a job, it would have been part of the contract.
Well,
clearly, it was not.
I think it would have been nice to, like, especially when you've got a situation where somebody signs onto a role because they're like, oh, I'm a big part of this. I've got like this fight, potential franchise, so I'm signed onto this role now.
No.
She probably didn't even take other jobs or something like that because she's like during that period of time when it was filming.
That's not how Hollywood works.
No,
that's not how Hollywood works. That's not how Hollywood works.
Yeah. Well, in any case, I just think that I think I don't know. I think it would have been
purely emotional idea. It's purely, oh man, that's kind of rude to find out this way, but it doesn't matter. That's just how people don't know that they're not in the movie until they watch it in theaters. It's just a thing that is happening, and this idea that they would have to call everybody and let them know, that's a ridiculous concept. I think.
It's not everybody.
If you have a contract.
The Yellow, you're saying it like I'm talking about everybody. This is somebody who is a central part of this fucking superhero card. She's one of the superheroes, one of the main fucking people. And she probably, I think it's upsetting. I think it's kind of disrespectful. I mean, to be fair to Warner Brothers, maybe they did, it just got lost in the weeds, right? Like maybe they were planning to do it. And
it's only disrespectful if you assume that she's entitled to that role. But there's no reason to think that she's entitled to that role just because she did it before.
I don't
the
think
contract that she had,
role,
if there is a contract that says she was meant to show up in all these other movies, then you have a point. But clearly there was no contract, lest there would be some kind of like backlash because of it.
Well, I think she did have they probably signed her for a few movies, to be fair. I mean, that doesn't mean they have to bring her back.
Right, but that's
just because you sign someone for a few movies doesn't mean you have to bring them back. I know.
No, but that's also in the contract, though. But that's a part of the contract. I'm not saying they did
something legally wrong. I'm talking about morally.
Yeah. Not morally. Emotionally. People are constantly confusing their morals with their emotions. Just because you feel a way about something doesn't make it wrong.
Do you not think people should try and avoid hurting people, alleviate as much pain or suffering as they can, like in fucking situations? And I think this woman probably had a great time, on this film, getting to know all these people, became friends, bonded, all of that shit. She felt like she was part of the crew, and she's like literally one of the main superheroes. And for her to be the only one just not coming back, I think that's a little scummy. Like even if you just say, hey, this is the thing, looking at the situation with this young woman, she just looks too old for you to change into each other. I'm sure they could have explained it to her, but to find out on Twitter, I think is scummy. I really do. I don't see how you could see it any differently. What are you doing, Enzo?
You only feel that way. Yeah, Enzo's putting up drywall right now.
That's doing this Geppetto shit. Anyway, each is entitled to their opinion, but I'm not going to convince you, but I think that's because I liked her in the role as well. I thought she did a good job for what she had.
So did you have a problem with what they did on Henry Cavill's birthday as well?
With the Black Superman?
Yeah.
What?
I don't know.
Yeah, with the Black Superman. They announced it on his birthday.
He's trying to mute the.
He's trying to catch it in between.
I respect it. Yeah, I respect it, son. Yeah, that's the type of commitment we need to all of audio quality, man. That's the type of commitment we need. You understand me? Dead ass.
No, because I think that could be explained as much more of an accident as a slip up than because Henry Cavill's known for a long time, it's not necessarily looking good for him, right? So the fact Warner Brothers are rebooting the Superman franchise can't be a complete fucking surprise to him, and taking it's a kind of different scenario. I think that's not a big surprise. This is I think this woman thought she was probably working on this movie. We'll find out. All we know is that at the moment she found out on Twitter. That's what's going around, that she found out.
Yeah, and that's
Twitter.
Absolutely unfortunate for her.
Yeah, because a lot of people lost their minds when that happened to Henry Cavill. You know what I'm saying? And I said the same thing as you. Well, maybe they didn't realize it was his birthday. You know what I mean? People don't always know because they worked with somebody for a while that they know it's their birthday. I just found it was weird.
Yeah, no, they don't.
Is that your neighbor or something?
Then
No,
get
no,
out that
why
man's
she?
business. She's putting up a sex swing. Like, get out of their business. But like the fact that they had no fucking idea that it was his birthday, and there's no reason why they needed to know that. That shit is ridiculous. Some more emotional bullshit that people are
But what do
trying
you
to like.
say?
It's
What
just
do you
it's
say
fucking
about this,
nonsense.
Yellow?
It's the same. It's
Philosophical
a
Pickle.
clear misunderstanding
He
of anything
says,
that I've ever said.
Philosophical Pickle says, I know you are for better treatment on individuals. Oh, so you're not for better treatment on individuals. That's a clear misunderstanding.
That is a
of what you said.
mischaracterization of the situation. That's all that is. It's one of those things people use to try and bolster their point, but when you actually analyze what's actually being said, it doesn't mean anything. I know you're for the better treatment of individuals, so I think you're way off here. But technically, they didn't have to tell her shit. That's my only point. They didn't have to tell her, and there's no reason why anybody should think that they should tell her. But like to try and frame this statement with as though I'm being some kind of hypocritical because I think people should be treated like equals. Like to try it. It's just it's fucking rhetorical bullshit, and it means nothing.
You're inhuman. Inhuman.
This idea that you have to try and protect everybody's emotions is it's first of all, it's impossible, and it's unrealistic to expect an industry to do that, especially when there's no actual right to the there is nothing in the world that says that she needed to have.
You just don't care about her because you think she's like just some rich woman. That's what it is. You're like, oh, she's a rich
I have
woman.
absolutely no thoughts about her at all. That's the problem. I don't care about any of it. I don't even conceptualize it. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is in Hollywood, these are the way things work, and you're ignoring the way things work because of how they
you treat people how you would like to be treated. It's a basic principle of life. If there is any moral principle that is almost universal across cultures, is that you treat people how you wish to be treated, and that is not correct. A nice way. That is not a nice way to treat someone. It's that fucking simple.
I disagree.
And therefore, think that it was a nice thing to do.
I don't think that they have to do any of those things. I don't think that you have to give someone a courtesy call to tell them that they're not. I don't think you have to give them a courtesy call to tell them that they don't have a contract anymore. I don't think that you have to do that.
Is it a nice thing to do?
It doesn't matter how you feel about it. It's not necessary. That's my point.
Do you agree with the principle that one ought to be treated, or one ought to treat people how they wish to be treated?
In a perfect world, yes. Okay. But that's
I agree with it. I agree with it in this imperfect world. I agree with that sentiment. I don't think this is a situation where Hollywood expects to be treated differently than how they treated her. If there was a contract that benefited her, and for whatever reason she didn't have to show up for work someday because of the way the contract was written, I would hold the same stance.
Right now.
There's no gymnastics. Gymnastics is you people trying to turn your emotional bullshit into a logical argument. That's the gymnastics. That's all it is. It's a courtesy call. That's emotional, social nonsense.
Are you a fucking Vulcan, Yellow? Emotional bullshit is the spectrum of what human beings fucking exist in every fucking day. We're always emotional. There is no such thing as like a pure reason kind of thing, unless you're a computer. Of course, we're talking about emotions and how things make us feel. Yes, this is
right, and I think that we can absolutely benefit from recognizing them, honoring them, and then recognizing that they don't actually matter in most instances that we force them upon people.
Do I think it's the worst tragedy that's ever happened in the world? Absolutely not. I'm not trying to make it out like it's the terrible thing that you'll never recover from. She's going to go on drugs and become like
I haven't suggested that.
I'm just saying it was
I haven't suggested that.
It's a really not a nice way to find out. Like, you probably think, hey, I'm in this big kind of franchise. I'm in the DC. I'm a fucking superhero in this thing, and to find out like that, I just think it sucks. And I think if you can avoid that situation, it's not going to cause Warner Brothers or anybody else any suffering or pain to pick up a fucking phone and tell the woman what's what. That is not going to cause them any fucking issue.
And I'm not suggesting that it will.
So there's not basically. If you want to put it down to this, it's just a fucking utilitarian equation, right? It's like you calculate the amount of suffering that she might go through versus the amount of pain that Warner Brothers would have gone through just fucking calling her, and you can see that on a moral scale, it wasn't worth her suffering what they fucking did, because it wouldn't have cost them anything to just be fucking human beings about it.
But the only reason why go ahead.
That is correct. But the only thing I'll say, because I'm looking at Pickles, one of his comments here, but if she don't have a contract, she don't really have a job. You know what I mean? So it's to say that, she lost her job, but if she don't have a contract, she don't have a job
to begin with.
Right.
That's the point.
If she don't have a contract, she don't have a job. So they don't really have to tell her that we're replacing you if they don't have a contract with her.
Well, which is what I said in the beginning. Does every place that you apply to have to tell you that you don't get the job? It doesn't make sense.
No, I'm not saying it's the most morally awful thing ever.
I'm not saying that. I'm not suggesting that. I've never said anything to suggest that. I've simply said that it's not necessary.
Yeah, but let me finish.
I think that this idea that people have about courtesy is bullshit.
Then you can respond. Why is it bullshit to be courteous?
I think it's bullshit. I think because it causes people to force other people to behave in ways that they think is right. And it has nothing to do with the moral idea of treating people how you want to be treated. They are treating people how they want to be treated. They're creating contracts that list all of the different things that are expected and not expected. If you ignore that, then that's on you. That has nothing to do with anybody except you.
Straight fucking craziness. So let's give it look. So let's give into. We're going to create a subsection of society, or even encourage this throughout society, where we're just going to be like fucking assholes to each other. And because, we don't mind being treated like assholes ourselves, or being fucking fucked over ourselves, that we can now encourage that. That's bullshit. Nobody wants to be treated.
That is also not what's happening.
Nobody wants to be treated like they're a fucking asshole. Nobody does.
I'm not
in Hollywood, not in
anywhere
else. You're saying that they're okay with it over in Hollywood because they've created some culture where they've got these contracts where they can just say just they don't want to be treated courteously or whatever. I don't even really understand what you're saying there, but
that is clear. You clearly don't understand what I'm saying.
I don't understand what you're saying because it's gibberish. Look,
sure,
you're telling me that they've created some culture where courtesy is like seen as, I don't know, some kind of weakness or some kind of thing that, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. All right. Courtesy doesn't matter or something like that. Right. Like, so they,
I'm saying that she should, I'm saying that there's no reason why anyone should expect it. That's what I'm saying.
Like that as well. They accept that they can be treated like that as well. And therefore it's okay. Right. That's the sum of your kind of answer here.
What I'm saying is that no one should have. There's no reason to project this expectation that isn't there. You make up the expectation.
And you
That's
said
it.
throughout society, it should be the same. We shouldn't be courteous to each other because it's bullshit.
I think that a lot of times when people say courtesy, it's just bullshit to try and get people to behave the way that they want them to behave. That's what I said. What I'm saying in this instance, very specifically, is there's no reason for her to have expected to have had the job to be disappointed that she didn't have it anymore. That's what I'm saying. That's what I've been saying.
Courtesy takes on different forms culturally, but it's actually biological. It's a product of evolution.
That's irrelevant. Right? That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about how people use it. I'm talking about how people use the word courtesy or this idea of courtesy to manipulate other people. That's what I'm talking about.
Let me finish.
I can't, man. You misrepresent what I'm saying. I have to correct it first.
No, because it's very, very important. Courtesy is a product of evolution. Our morality, the fact that we can survive as a species, is a product of this very thing that you're talking about that you see as trivial and something that is used to manipulate
again, you misunderstood.
people.
Okay, so now you're denying the fact now.
Right?
So not only are you misrepresenting what I'm saying, you're also denying the fact that people do use this idea.
Now you're not letting me speak about it. Like I'm just
you said you mischaracterized what I said. I'm correcting that, and then after you have the understanding of what I said, you can continue with whatever nonsense you're talking.
Okay. Go on. I'm waiting for you to correct me.
You denied what I've actually said multiple times. What I'm actually saying is that people use courtesy to try and manipulate other people into behaving ways that they want them to behave. That's what I'm talking about. He's making fun of me.
I'm going to get popcorn. Guys, continue.
I don't have much more time though. So
let's move past this, bro.
Got like a half hour.
Let's move past this. I love that you aren't backing down though, Yellow. It made some great conversation. Anyway, dude, let's move past
that's a cute way to say you're stubborn. That doesn't mean anything to me.
You're stubborn as fuck, for real.
I sincerely think what I'm saying.
I think you've got some weird philosophy that you're projecting on this situation. That's what I think.
No, that's the difference. You are projecting your emotions onto it. That's what's happening.
People are just such nice guys, and because we're nice guys and stuff, we're not really telling what we mean and what we really think. You can be nice and say what you fucking think. You can be nice and courteous.
I haven't said that. I haven't said anything. What you mean. I haven't said that though. That's more like projection.
No, it's not projection. You're projecting on this situation where it's a
I'm not though. I'm not projecting. You all are projecting.
Situation.
I get it.
You have the potential to hurt somebody, right? And you can avoid that. And the person hasn't done anything to you. Right? Why not just fucking be courteous and be?
But the only reason why someone would be hurt is if they don't take the situation for what it is. That's the only reason why you would be hurt. If you don't accept the fact that is that what I said? The only reason why they would be hurt is if they don't accept the facts of the situation. That's the only reason. The facts of the situation is that you never had that job to begin with.
Anyway, let's move on because you've only got so long, and I want to.
Let me say one last thing though. Just remember, we're talking about Hollywood, and it's not like this hasn't been done many, many times. You know what I mean? So we can't expect them to do something different for other people. They do it all the time in Hollywood, all the time. Even when they have contracts, they tell you, well, we're going to fucking kick you out of the movie like they did to Terrence Howard, right? So
that's true.
It happens all the time.
That's true.
No, I know it happens all the time, but I think in this particular scenario, the woman really hadn't. It wasn't. She's not asking for more money. She wasn't doing anything like that. There was no reason for it. You could have just given her a fucking call. Like that's it. But
Terrence Howard wasn't asking for more money either, though. They asked him to take a pay cut because they wanted to pay Robert Downey Jr. more money. And that's why he had the issue with Robert Downey Jr., which was because when they did the first Iron Man, he went to bat to get Robert Downey Jr. in as Iron Man. And then in the second one, Robert Downey Jr. didn't go to bat for him. That's what happened.
That is scummy. There you go. Yeah. Another scummy thing. But I guess that's just business, isn't it? Yellow.
That's a different thing. That's a completely different situation. That's the problem. That's the problem that I have with people who they mistake what I say and they extrapolate.
That's how it rolls in Hollywood, dude. It's business, dude. Why be courteous?
I get it. No, I understand. I understand that you can't understand what I'm saying. I get it. Most people can't understand what I'm saying. It's a thing that I've run into all the time. It's not that big of a deal. It's not so much that it's high. I do think that it's higher, but it's just that it's so different from what is the norm that people can't accept it. I understand. And you say, I get it. I've been here 1,000 times, and I'm going to continue to be here.
All right. Anyway, let's move on to this next thing. So, we were doing our tier ranking of the DC animated movies, And
so you still
of course,
disrespected Batman versus Robin and Son of Batman, yo. You still this disrespect is still.
well, I was gonna ask what Enzo thinks of my ranking so far. So my ranking goes at the top level. They can be a good people, Kal-El, which is after the best speech in superhero history. So it's at the top. Second is Shazam, because I just think it's a very fun, decent, good movie. Snydery, which I believe is it's divisive. MCU, because it's average. In Blackest Night, because of Green Lantern, is just like it's a garbage movie. And Let's Kick Some Ice.
You should put average
Batman
over divisive,
and Robin,
right?
Which is Batman and Robin. No, because Snyder is better than you, MCU.
Right. Of course it is. Of course it is.
And Let's Kick Some Ice, which is after the Batman and Robin quote. So that's my ranking. I'm sticking to it, but yeah, I'm sure you'll have something to say about that as well.
Where do you have Public Enemy?
Oh, we haven't done it yet, so
okay.
We're going to discuss about the rest of them. But this is my ranking so far. So this would be the best one so far, and then it goes down, the line. So the best one is Batman: The Dark Knight Returns. We've got Doom second, and then so on, and then it goes like that, and so on. So the worst one so far is Justice League and the Fatal Five, and this one should be here as well. Let's Kick Some Ice. We already had decided that. That's Batman and Robin. Let's Kick Some Ice. So in general,
Batman and Harley.
Batman and Harley, yeah, same thing. But
right, of course. Yep.
But looking at the list so far, what do you make of it, Enzo? Am I on point, or am I completely off the mark? And I don't know. Do you watch these DCAU movies?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of them. Not all of them, but I've seen a lot of them. Okay. I think Justice League War should be in the top tier. Wow. Yeah, I love Justice League War. I think Death of Superman, Doomsday should be up in the top tier.
Absolutely not.
No, I don't know that. Yeah, so I was with you a little bit on Justice League War, but wow, okay, Death of Superman, interesting. All right,
yeah, I'm talking about the Death of Superman and then the Reign of Superman, not the first one they did, but I really like that one. Wonder Woman, I can agree with. I really like that one. Yeah, this is okay. I mean, a couple of things I would change, but it's all right.
All right, cool, man. We'll go on to the rest of them now. So we've got Wonder Woman Bloodlines. I'll tell you where I'll put it. I'd put that straight in MCU, and it would be just before. I think it's actually before the new one. So this Constantine, because I haven't seen that movie, is actually the Long Halloween. So that's where I've put the Long Halloween. Yeah, it's a stand-in for that. So I will put the Wonder Woman Bloodlines just above that. I don't know if any of you have seen that one.
Yes, Bloodlines is amazing. It should absolutely, first of all, it should be in the MCU tier. The MCU tier should be over Snydery. But go ahead, get your shit off.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I think it's pretty decent. It's a fun movie, but like it could have been more. That's all I can say about it. It could have been more, but as a Wonder Woman movie, it's pretty fucking decent. Not as a Wonder Woman movie. I mean, it's a fun movie.
It's a great movie.
It's got good action, but I just think they could have certain of the elements could have come together a little bit better. That's all I'm saying.
The villain?
The villains, yeah, certainly that's part of it. I just think them retreading on the origin was a little bit weird since they'd already done the origin. But that doesn't matter to me so much. But it's more just, I think some of the middle there was a little boring. But I like that it was longer than the first Wonder Woman movie. But I think that one was just on a different level. It was like really, really good. The first one. So yeah, I don't know that we've got much of an argument there. Do you agree,
No,
do you agree,
no.
MC? Yeah. And I definitely don't. I think it's better than Batman: The Killing Joke. You made me put Batman: The Killing Joke so high, but yeah, I think it's better than Batman: The Killing Joke. But anyway, You there?
I made you put Batman the Killing Joke so high, it's way lower than it should be because the first 20 minutes of it mar the movie. Had it not had the first 20 minutes, it would be in where you put Shazam at. It would be up there, but they fucked it up. So now it's considerably lower than it should be. You're out of your mind. That's you can't, there's no Wonder Woman story in the world that will ever compare to any Batman and Joker story. So you just let that shit go now.
You're completely wrong, but I understand you say that out of ignorance, so I will. Fuck me, man. Dude, what are you talking about? That's complete nonsense. I'd say the Wonder Woman movie is better than fucking the Killing Joke, dude.
It is.
It really is.
Sure, fine. Yeah, Bloodline is better than Killing Joke because the first 20 minutes mar the rest of the movie, completely recontextualizes all of the actions in it, and it ruins that movie. But out of respect for the Killing Joke comic, you can't put Bloodlines over it.
Yeah. Well, anyway, look, I don't think
I don't understand why you have Gotham by Gaslight over it. That's what I don't get. You should put it right next to the Killing Joke, and then you're fine. But whatever.
No, I think Gotham by Gaslight is better than the Killing Joke, and I think Wonder Woman Bloodlines is better than the Killing Joke. I don't think it's Gotham by Gaslight, but you kind of got me to put it there. Enzo, what are your thoughts? Have you seen Wonder Woman Bloodlines?
I've seen it, but I don't remember it. But I remember liking it.
Mm-hmm.
So
that speaks to it right there.
Yeah, I remember liking it. So I would definitely, like he said, I think MCU tier is over Snyder, so it's fine there. I think it's better than Killing Joke, though. To be honest with you,
dude, go on, carry on, man.
Yeah, I love the comic. I just wasn't a big fan of the cartoon.
Thank you. I'm putting it over Killing Joke then. And what do you think? Batman Gotham by Gaslight? Do you think that was better than the Killing Joke as well?
I never seen that one.
Oh, you never saw that?
It's too niche, bro. It's too niche. It's too niche.
Look, I need to call an audible right fucking now. I've had enough of this. Why is Batman v Robin and Son of the Batman so high? You made me do that. I'm sure of it. I don't know how.
Way more entertaining.
I don't know how you Jedi mind tricked me,
and it's fun.
Putting those okay movies on top,
and the action sequences are absolutely amazing.
Nah, Gotham by Gaslight is better. The new one is better than Batman vs Robin and Son of the Batman. The new, the Long Halloween. I don't know how you got me to do this. Is this the same list? I'm serious. But anyway, I'll leave it for now. I
haven't gotten you to do anything, bro. We talked about the movies, and you recognize that it's better than.
No, because I got you. I said you can list them because I don't remember them that well. So if I feel like I'm gonna have to,
honestly, if we're gonna disrespect the Killing Joke, then you should put Bloodlines in the Snydery tier. I just think the Snydery tier is the wrong tier. That's all.
All right.
Because Bloodlines was better than Bloodlines is like. It's a much better movie. And the thing that they do with all the different villains and all that shit was incredibly fascinating. I don't know how, I don't know what middle part. Maybe you were tired, you feel what I'm saying, or something, but you should probably put Wonder Woman in the Snydery tier, although I disagree with the Snydery being a tier. You should put Wonder Woman in Snydery and take her out of BVS.
All right. Well, I think it's probably better than that. And then I think I'm going to have to put all of these in up there as well. And then, but
no,
the Killing Joke,
no, Gotham by Gaslight is way too niche. You can't put that up there. That's absolute garbage. Pull that shit away. And what is that? I can't see. Oh, that's the Soul of the Dragon? Yeah, whatever. That's whatever.
All right,
some bullshit that you pulled.
Fuck it. I'm doing that then. Because I'll tell you this much: Killing Joke is better than Batman v Robin and Son of the Batman.
You are absolutely wrong, bro. You are absolutely wrong about that.
Sorry, I don't even.
The idea that Talia al Ghul and Bruce Wayne have a son that's raised till he's like 11 years old by the League of Assassins. Like, what are we talking? Ra's al Ghul raised Damian Wayne to be his heir. Like this, you're out of your mind, bro. That is such a more interesting story than any of those things that you got up there. This is fucking nonsense.
No, dude. Here's the thing: the idea might be great, the execution's trash. I don't know what comic it's based off or whatever, but it was forgettable. It was just plain, straight up forgettable. I remember being entertained, but totally forgettable.
Nope.
What does it say? The relationship between Damian and Bruce is so well done. The Batman fanboys come out to play. Yellow, you seen the East Coast guy? Am I correct? What is that?
Come on, Sam. You can hear
it. You seem like an East Coast guy. All right. See. Are you? Dear Lord Nerdman, major face. All right, we're getting to Crisis on Two Earths now. We've now agreed. Well, we haven't agreed because it's my list, but I'm taking those Batman and Robins down a peg because and Batman, son of the Batman.
I can't see what you're doing. You stop sharing the screen.
Hmm? So here we go. So I'm going to go on to Justice League Crisis on Two Earths. Now,
yeah, that shit was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
I'm a little hard pressed. I think, I don't know. That shit was amazing, bro. That shit was amazing.
What do you say, Enzo?
Sorry, which one?
Crisis on Two Earths.
Oh, that was fire.
Yeah.
Yeah,
dude,
Crisis on Two Earths was fire.
Straight fire.
I would put that in the top tier.
Batman,
it's hard not
to. Batman, Owlman, Superwoman was fantastic. Like the evil super, all of the Injustice were fantastic. The different takes on the characters. I'd put that above Doom. I put it above Doom. Even though Doom is amazing,
I could see that.
I put it above Doom. I don't think it quite gets to Batman: The Dark Knight Returns Part 2, though. I don't think it quite gets up there, but it's so fucking close.
Nah, man, because there's so many different characters to be interested in, and the art style is better. But I guess that's a purely subjective thing. But all of this is right, and the action sequences are about the same, I guess. But the machinations of fucking Owlman, bro, the Owlman machination that by itself.
I don't
know. It's hard to.
Great villain. He was
yeah.
I don't know that he was on the same level. It was just the darker, fucking grittier thing of the Batman: The Dark Knight Returns that I really liked. And then that Joker when he's shooting up the funfair and all of the stuff he does on that TV show, man. Like I love that shit, man. That was That was to me a little bit better than even what Owlman did, which was fucking awesome in the end. Like, and Owlman was just a great character from beginning to end, just a really different type of DC villain.
But that's also like the Dark Knight Returns 2. That's the second one, right? You can't really talk about it without talking about the first one and that whole fucking mutant shit that got us to the point where we were, where Batman finally came back and the Joker finally came back. Like, all that mutant shit was so stupid. I just did not care about any of that shit, man. So it's hard to. I can't just ignore all of that because all of that.
You're talking about part 1, or you're talking about?
But I'm talking about how part 1 fuels part 2, how it leads and causes the events of part 2. Because part 2 is so great, right? But it's also like it's like ignoring the first 2 hours of Endgame and just enjoying the last hour to me. Whereas Crisis on Two Earths is its complete story, beginning to end, and it's amazing. That's why I struggle with it being under the Dark Knight 2. As much as I love it.
What do you make of it?
Like I said, I love it. I can understand why you're putting it below Dark Knight, but it would be a toss-up for me. It could be any day. One day I would probably say Dark Knight, and the next day I'd say, Justice League. Yeah. It's a toss-up for me.
It's so funny. Like every time because sometimes I'll watch a film and like I'll like, like a DCAU or any film, and I'll just pause it, take a pause for a while, and maybe watch the rest the next day or 2 days later. Maybe on the weekend I'll start it off on a work day and like finish it on the weekend. Every time I put on Crisis on Two Earths, I'm just in.
You finish it
from beginning to end. It's just fucking awesome. It really is. I mean, I love it. I wish they'd do they could just bust a Justice League movie like that. Like,
I mean, as much as I
just do it.
As much as I agree with the premise of what you're saying, judging the movie by your like abnormal watch habits don't really mean anything to me. Like that's nothing to do
no. I'm just saying,
nothing to do with the film. And I agree with this. I agree with what you're saying, but
you know those type of films where you just as soon as you start watching it, you can't, until it's
I get it.
just there.
Yeah, I understand. It's engaging. It grabs your attention and it doesn't let go until it's done telling your story. I get it. You feel what I'm saying? And that's always a good thing. But like, I'm sure you've walked away from movies that are just as engaging, you know?
What does everyone else think? Crisis versus Dark Knight Returns. I want to know what's everyone else's thoughts. Who would what one would they put first? Crisis or Dark Knight Returns? But yeah, man, I can see the argument for Crisis, though. I definitely can. But for me,
it's hard not to. It's hard not to.
Dark Knight Returns is still, better.
Yeah.
This one's
Dark
going
Knight
to be
Returns 2.
This one's going to be an interesting one.
Throne of Atlantis was just as good as War.
The first time I saw it, I didn't even like it, and then I watched it again, I watched it again, and I was like, man, what am I talking about? This is a fucking badass film. I think it's a little better than War because there's a little bit more story, to go between the action that makes it a little bit more engaging. I thought it was a wildly entertaining movie, but
the story of War is our Justice League is finally coming together. That's a very and the story of Throne of Atlantis is the Throne of Atlantis. I mean, I love the movie, but I don't care about Aquaman and his fucking throne.
And so,
or the people who are trying to deny him his right to it. He obviously has a right to it, but like I don't give a fuck about none of that bullshit.
Wasn't a fan of that one either.
Oh, you weren't a fan of that one?
No.
But I thought Ocean Master was really good as a villain in it, though. I mean, I know like maybe you didn't care about the machinations of the politics, but the performance and just his role in it, I thought he was a good villain, who made sense against the Justice League with all of the Atlanteans going to war with them. So that element of it I liked, and I just thought the action was badass. Only thing I probably don't like about it is the Superman Wonder Woman relationship and all of that kind of story element. But again, they did it well. Even though I don't like it so much, them being together, they did it well enough that
Shazam
you cared
too.
about it. And Shazam, yeah.
You put it again. You put it ahead of Justice League War, though.
That's nuts.
I think so.
Can't do it.
Yeah, no,
can't do it.
No.
Can't do it. I don't even think it's better. As a matter of fact, I don't even think it's better than Death of Superman, to be honest. So
for real.
And I hate Superman, but I just think as a story, Death of Superman is way more engaging than I think Throne of Atlantis was. As much fun as Throne of Atlantis was, don't misunderstand me. I love it. I just think Death of Superman is even a better movie, and Death of Superman is not better than War. So yeah, I'm confused by how you could put the Throne of Atlantis over War under any circumstance.
Interesting. Well, again, I must veto because it is my list, but I accept your arguments.
Then why?
No, I'm asking because just to do a commentary on my list. You might think my list is complete.
Yeah, that's your list.
But I think to me, I enjoyed it a little bit more. But I definitely think they're just really fun movies, all of them. Like there's nothing like that deep or interesting about them in the sense of the movies on the top tier. They don't do anything unique or interesting with the characterization or like the story or anything like that. But definitely just for fun, action-packed, like switch your brain off kind of movies. I think War and Atlantis, they hit. They're really good. They're not anywhere near most of the films from the first phase, though. And we're going to another one of my absolute favorites. What a banger. Justice League New Frontier. I'm curious.
Very good.
So I didn't know if
very good.
Knowing your sensibilities.
I haven't seen that one yet.
It's not that good. It's not that good. You gotta relax.
I think it is that good. I think it is that good. I think
it's very whatever you were just saying about my sensibilities. It is very, very much that. It's just super corny, but I mean, this kind of started off like, this isn't in the same continuity as like the films to come, the other Justice League movies to come, but it kind of kicked off this DCAU is taking this very seriously thing, and I really appreciated it for that. But the other Justice League War is just such a better movie than Justice League New Frontier. It's just all fucking propaganda and hope bullshit. I hate it.
Okay,
but it's really good though. But it's really good.
Dude, this is the thing that about you, right? Like, I'm not gonna judge a movie like that much unless it's a message that really is offensive to me. I'm not gonna judge a movie like offensive in the sense of like that's blatantly wrong, like it's promoting racism or something like that, right? If it's just promoting the writer's ideas or ideals or something like that, and I don't necessarily agree with those ideas and ideals, I don't take that into consideration in judging the movie as a whole.
Well,
right? I don't expect
if a movie is corny, then I'm not enjoying
to have
it, right?
the same kind of ideas as me. But it's not.
That's not what I'm saying. See, you're mischaracterizing what I'm saying.
You said because of the bullshit of the ideals, like you
right?
Literally
because it's corny, because it's corny and boring. That's why. As good as a movie as it was, and I loved all the character. Like, I love the different characterizations. I appreciate
the ideals are corny and boring. I don't understand.
The movie is based. The movie is every instance of characterization or any kind of plot thread or any kind, like it's like in anime, the power of friendship over and over and over again. It's just corny. It's like it still has amazing action sequences. I think I love the voice acting was great. I think it was beautiful, even though it was a little like, it was a little I don't want to say not.
It's Darwin Cook, so it was based on Darwin Cook's kind of drawing and stuff like that. He's an amazing artist.
Sure, I don't know who that. I
want to identify the corniness in the movie just quickly with you. So let me just ask you this. Just so
I don't really have time for that.
All right.
Yeah, I gotta go, man. I got a show at 3.
Oh man, all right, because it's an interesting. We'll discuss it another time.
It's corny. It's the same reason why I don't like Superman. Is I don't like most of the characters in it. Like, I like the characters in the Justice League in New Frontier. I like them, but it's all fucking hopes and rainbows, and I'm just like, it's corny.
Well, it's about the golden age of comics, right? So
yeah.
I'll leave it at that. Like it's a kind of homage and a celebration of the golden age of comics, and in that sense, I love it because I love comics and I love obviously like where they come from to see their origin. No, I wouldn't read like the old comics more than like the newer graphic novels, but it's nice to see a serious take on the golden age and to have it explore certain ideas and themes that are relevant to that age and still relevant now. So yeah, I love that movie. I think it's packed with some interesting ideas. It's a fun kind of take on the golden age, and yeah, it's right up there for me.
It's way too high.
I it's one of my favorites, dude. It's another
There's
one.
No way it's better than Doom.
I will just put it on and I'll watch it from beginning to end. All right, Flashpoint. Oh, Enzo hasn't seen it.
Number one.
Enzo hasn't seen it.
Yeah, the other one I didn't see, but Flashpoint, it goes in number 1 tier.
It's number 1.
Yeah.
Yep. I think we're all agreed on that then. That is the one movie I believe that is hands down better than The Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah, it's fire.
The first time I saw that blew my mind. I hadn't read the Flashpoint comic or anything like that.
Crazy.
So I came into it fresh and I didn't know what it was. And it blew my
and it changed your life. Yeah.
Amazing. I don't know. I don't want to, because you're leaving soon. I don't want to rush through these, but all right, we'll do it. So we agree on that, and it was nice to also see them focusing more on the Flash in one of these movies.
And this is so juxtaposed Flashpoint with New Frontier. Barry Allen in Flashpoint is very much hopeful, lighthearted Barry Allen. But the story is so much more interesting. That's what I'm talking about. Like, it's just it's just corny to me. But that Flashpoint is the same exact type of character, right? That hopeful, heavy, and he wants to go save his mom and all that stuff. Is very emotional and all that. But it's like the ideals are still there. They just don't have to be as corny. And it was perfectly executed.
I don't think it's corny when Wonder Woman is like, oh, get out of here, spaceman, when she's like saved like all these women from being fucking raped in a village by Viet Cong soldiers, or when she's or there's a lot in it. Like the Batman, the characterization, that's another one that I think I like the Batman in this a little bit more than Kevin Conroy in Justice League New Frontier. He's amazing in that way. He's like, I had a green rock for the alien, for the spaceman. I've got a pocketbook or a matchbox for you. That was an amazing line. Like the way he delivers it. I paraphrased a little there. But and he's talking to Martian Manhunter, and I love that fucking scene and that characterization of Batman.
Batman was great in the New Frontier, absolutely.
Anyway, Justice League Dark. Has anyone seen this?
Yes.
I have. No, I haven't seen that one either.
It's fun, but it's got Batman ruins it. I'm sorry. He fucking ruins it. It should have just been about Justice League Dark.
I love
throwing Batman into that didn't help the movie at all.
I agree that it's obviously they were trying to sell the concept and they used Batman to do it. Absolutely. Still, Batman figuring out that he was possessed. That was just Batman being Batman in that movie is great. I don't know how you could not enjoy that. It's just incredible. It's just incredible.
I didn't not enjoy it. I just thought it was distracting, and it didn't seem to be something like he should be dealing with all this supernatural shit. Like it just, like I don't know. Again, it was a fun movie. It was definitely a fun movie. But and I'd even put it as a Shazam. It's that good. It's low down on Shazam. It's definitely low down.
Out of what we have,
and a lot of the reason for that, I think, is the Batman aspect distracting from just the Justice League Dark doing what they do.
Well, that's how you feel, but it's not.
Stuff.
It's also the origin of Justice League Dark. It's why they came together and all that stuff, right? So it makes sense that like somebody would have put them together, and that's somebody who's going to throw a team together. That's a Batman thing to do. So.
Yeah, but I know. I know what you're saying. I'm trying to think of any other character from the Justice League that I would have made more sense than Batman, but it just didn't seem very, like, it just seemed weird. Like he's dealing with, like, suddenly he knows about mystical shit and he deals with magic. Batman's a science, rational reason guy, and they didn't even try and contrast that with the Justice League Dark. It was more like Batman was just like somehow an expert on fucking magic and shit. Or not
Batman
not
is
doing
a
magic,
studier.
but knowing about fucking magic and shit. And I just
Batman is a studier. He's a researcher. Yes, it's usually science and stuff because there's not a whole lot of magic in the DC universe, right? Like typically, but it still does exist. So him being the prep guy with enough prep time, it makes sense that he would have an understanding of it. I don't see how, like, that doesn't even, that's a weird take to have, I think. It just seems like
all I'm saying is that Justice League Dark, dude, Wonder Woman would have been probably better, like, because she deals with mythical shit. Like,
but
like
she's
Wonder
not
Woman
the,
being
she's
at
not
the
the put
center
the
of
team.
that would
She's
have
not
made
the.
more sense. Of course
She's not to put the team together person. She's not that person. She's the warrior.
Dude, you don't even know. Like, that's not even true. I'm not gonna, because again, I understand it because the people, they don't promote Wonder Woman enough. But yes, she definitely is a put the team together kind of person. That's her bread and butter. It's her, Superman and Batman. They're the ones who do that shit. They're the DC Trinity for that.
They're the leaders of the team, but we're not talking about who should lead the team. We're talking about who should put it together. That's a different role.
Who's the person who would know or more organically fit into that story out of like the Justice League? She's a leader. She definitely is a leader. Right?
I haven't said anything against that. I just said that she was a leader. I just said that.
She led the Justice League, and I'm not saying this out of some bias towards Wonder Woman. I was thinking about.
I have not suggested that.
No, I was. It was something like I was reading in the comments here, but And what I'm saying is because of her mystical background, her knowledge of like magic and a belief in that kind of stuff, it just seems more reasonable. Like she would have done that. But I get what you're saying. But it's to me that's not true. Like Wonder Woman can definitely put a team together. That's
we've never seen her do it. Is all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. No man, why is it okay for vetoing soldiers as Viet Cong soldiers as rapist savages? When it's DC, but when Iron Man fights Arabs, it's propaganda. Stop it, man. Dude, stop it. Like, I didn't say that it was a problem. I said it's a problem that people complain about when politics is injected into these movies, but they don't say anything about Iron Man blowing up like a bunch of Arabs, which is injecting politics into these movies. So I don't have a problem with
it's
him
the same
with
shit.
that happening. Anyway, Batman is an expert on everything. Yeah, well, you know. Wonder Woman knows her place in the kitchen.
I don't have time for this. I don't care.
Whatever. Anyway, he's joking, obviously, but the Justice League Dark Apocalypse War. What we got here? This is excellent. This is fucking excellent. It's shocked the shit out of me. Way better than anything in Phase 2. This goes right to the top.
Yeah.
I just don't know where. I think that's it. I think that is it. That's where it goes.
I would say that it's better than Doom because some of the and it's hard for me to separate. It's hard for me not to critique the movie because of what exists in the comic. But it's like some of the plans that the Batman in the movie had, they just weren't as exciting or engaging as I feel like they should have been. To the counter. What is the word I'm looking for? The countermeasures that he put in place for the Justice League, some of them just weren't as exciting as I feel like they could have been. Like specifically Superman, he's Kryptonite, he's out now. Like as compared to what he did in the comic, and it's hard for me not to compare it to what he did in the comics, right? But it's just even just watching a movie, I'm like, it just wasn't as engaging. Some of they just didn't. The countermeasures that he put in place didn't give me the visceral feelings. It was like, oh, Batman's a genius. Of course he was able to do this, but it didn't make me really feel for how crazy and psychotic Batman can be. You know what I'm saying? And I think everything that the Justice League Apocalypse War does is better than that. So there's no thing about the Apocalypse War where I'm like, it's less engaging than Doom.
I've got a few opinions on that, but I didn't even get Enzo's opinion on Justice League Dark. Have you seen it, mate?
All right,
absolutely, I love that. You guys didn't hear me? I was muted. I said number one tier, man.
Right.
Yeah, number one tier. I would definitely put it right where maybe put it ahead of. I'd probably put it behind Justice League. But there's other ones that I think should be on the top tier too. So I'll wait until we get the other ones on there, and then I'll tell you where I actually think it should go.
I was talking about Justice League Dark, the first one, not Justice League Dark Apocalypse War. You're talking.
Yeah, Dark is good too. I like them both.
Do you think it's in the right place, like Shazam, like level, like?
No, it's in the right place. Top tier.
All right, cool.
Yeah, top tier.
But Justice League, now going on to Justice League Dark Apocalypse War, you think it's top tier? I think it's behind Doom. I just think those first phase of movies, even though Justice League Dark probably has a better, more expansive story, it's not executed as well.
And more interesting characters. The villain is amazing.
In Apocalypse War, Yeah, but Randall Savage is done better in Doom. He's a better character, and all the different colorful villains in Justice League Doom, Mirror Master, all of them, they were fantastic.
Right, but it goes right back to the threat. The real villain in that movie is Batman. You know what I'm saying? He created all of the countermeasures, and those countermeasures weren't as visceral. That's my only thing, is they just weren't as. And I do think Apocalypse makes a better villain than Los Angeles. I just think it's just I don't know how. But
Apocalypse has been done better in other movies in the DCAU that are even coming up. That's
Sure,
what I mean.
he's still better than
like
Vandal
the
Savage.
voice acting wasn't on point in all the time in Justice League Dark Apocalypse War because of some of the choices they made in Phase 2, like with Lex Luthor is ridiculously bad in Justice League Dark Apocalypse War. There's other things. It's just it doesn't. Even though dude, I would love them to make a movie of this, like Justice League Dark Apocalypse War. I think it would be amazing. But
take a long time to get there.
Certain things
they would do it too.
Yeah, there's certain things that just could have been tweaked and done a little bit better. Just because I think the quality, maybe the budgets or whatever, they're not able to put the budget in that they did in the first phase or something. But some of the things are just, they've lost a little bit of quality. And even though the story, the writing is much, much better than anything in Phase 2, Justice League Dark still has some of the problems of Phase 2 as well. That's my only issue with it. But
swag. But I got to get out of here, bro. I got to go.
All right.
So
I'm
going to holler at y'all, man. I appreciate you, fam. If y'all going to finish it, I'm going to be very mad about everything that y'all do from henceforth. So enjoy the freedom.
Yeah, man.
Anyway, man, thanks for jumping on, man. Always a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure, bro. Thanks for having me, man. Peace. Also, get out of y'all emotions. It's okay to think first and then feel later. It's all right.
All right. The philosopher. So X-Men animated series is better than the Batman animated series. Yep, I believe so as well. I agree with you. I absolutely fucking agree with you there, film elitist.
I like the X-Men, so I'd probably agree with that too. I like that series.
I think Batman the animated series, you can say what you want. I think it's an overrated fucking thing. I really do.
No, it was good. It was good.
It's not that overrated, but it's a little bit in the sense of most people would say it's better than the X-Men animated show. Most people would say it's better than Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. Most people, you know what I mean? Like that, there was a lot. I'll tell you what, that Spider-Man show in the 90s.
Spectacular Spider-Man?
I think it was an Amazing Spider-Man or Spectacular Spider-Man. Whatever that was in the 90s was excellent.
It was.
And it's more rewatchable in many ways than that Batman show. Like the Batman show is like you can watch a couple of episodes, but it's like after a while it's the same formula. He kind of has the bad guy of the week. He's a detective on it. He doesn't use that many gadgets as well, like cool gadgets and stuff like that as well. So it's like him always fighting I don't even like that version of the Batman, to be fair. Like really, I people go on like that Batman in the and I'm losing viewers at the moment just saying this.
Yeah, probably some subs doing shit.
Some subs as well. But yeah, I want the X-Men animated show translated onto big screen. Definitely, I'd say that. Same, yeah. I disagree, Tony, but I love this Spider-Man series as well. What was he saying? But yeah, no. The version of Batman in that, I didn't like him because he didn't use his gadgets enough. He didn't have cool gadgets.
I can see that.
And I feel like that's an important part of like Batman, to me. He was just like some martial artist in a bat suit. And I was just like, dude, you'll get killed if you fucking did that shit. You need your gadgets to make this realistic to me that you can actually be doing this. But anyway, that was but the performance, everything like that was good of Kevin Conroy and all of that. That always kind of bothered me a bit. But apart from that, yeah, like I do think it was the first one, so it's celebrated as the first of those animated shows that really adults could enjoy. But to me, it still didn't quite meet up to its successors, like the X-Men or that Spider-Man one or the Justice League. They were much better written, much easier to watch, just like binge watch them, and they had longer form stories. It wasn't all just contained within one episode.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your...
Oh, you just like froze completely. Looks like he froze off his own stream, guys. But you know, that's what happens when you have UK internet. Then I tried watching Superman and Lois, just like Arrow, The Flash, and Batgirl. More corny bullshit from DC. Oh, you're not a big fan of Superman and Lois? I like it, but the kids drive me crazy. Film. The kids in that show drive me crazy. The kids, the friend and her daughter and her husband, that shit in that show drives me up a fucking wall. But the action and everything in it is good. But a lot of people are swearing by it, you know. Superman and Lois is top tier kind of thing, and I'm just like, yeah, it's all right. I think it could be a lot better, you know. I'm all by myself now. Tony said he disagrees. So you like Superman and Lois, Tony? I think for there you go.
Sorry, man. I don't know what the hell happened there.
It's all good.
Yeah. So, what was your response to? Did you hear the last of what I said about?
No, you got cut off real quick.
Oh, right. Just that the rest of those shows were easier to binge watch, like Spider-Man, X-Men, and the Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. Like I could watch that. Like I could watch easily 6-7 episodes of that in a row, because there were long form storytelling. Like there were long storylines that went, you know, not just that weren't just over in one episode, but went for 2-3 episodes.
Mm-hmm. Well, I haven't watched them in a long time, bro. Like really long. So to answer that question, to which one I could probably binge watch them all, to be honest with you, if I really got down to it and wanted to, you know, I could do that. But
I mean, try and watch some of the Batman, and then contrast that with watching the X-Men. I think you'll see what I'm talking about. It's a cool show, like from when you were younger, but it's a little bit. There's something, unless it's like a Joker episode or a Riddler episode, some of them are quite plain. I don't know how else to put it. They're quite generic, you know. It's almost like, yeah. Anyway, I'm not going to go into it much more. Nerd Man, I tried watching Superman and Lois, just like Arrow, The Flash, and Batgirl. More corny bullshit from DC. Okay, interesting. I think for some reason DC films and TV shows, for some reason, just come like they're 20 years behind to me. I don't know. Interesting again.
I don't know about the films, but I don't even think the shows come off like that either. I see where some of them are a little bit corny and people get turned off on it. But like I said earlier, the Superman and Lois, it's internet. Don't worry about it. But like I was saying, the Superman and Lois, it's good. It's just I can't take those damn kids, man. I can't take the kids. Oh, he froze again. Watch Stargirl. Yeah, Stargirl is fire. Stargirl is really good. I'll agree with that one. But yeah, when he comes back, I don't know if we're gonna keep it on long, but I'm probably gonna bounce pretty soon. So if you guys in there have any other questions while he's gone, you can ask them now. But yeah, Tony, Stargirl is fire. I think Stargirl is one of the best shows on the CW right now, and I'm excited for season 2. So I can't wait for that start. I think it's in August, and I seen the trailer for the teaser trailer for the new season, and it looks really good. So I am definitely excited. Thoughts on Loki so far? Think the MCU is getting lazy as fuck. My thoughts on Loki were it was great until this last episode. I was very disappointed with it. You know, the visuals and everything was on point, but I was like, okay, so now they're making the Lady Loki good, and the two Lokis are going to go up against the Timekeepers, and it just seemed really what's the word, predictable to me. So
yeah, I did have to hit up some rock quickly, but dude, what's going on with my internet connection? This is bizarre, isn't it?
you need
I
to
don't know.
call that company, bro.
Maybe you can do. I'm gonna send you the link to my thing so that you can put where I'm put like the tier maker. So can you share your screen just so that I don't have to share it? Because in the private, because this is bullshit, man. Don't change my list.
No, I won't. But it's not going to be changed because when I go on it, it's like totally started all over.
No, really?
Yeah,
I've sent you my specific one though.
Did you? No, I'll show you. I'll share my screen for you though. Hold on.
Oh, that's bullshit. Fuck it, I'll just do it. I'll try it one more time, and then if it fucks up again,
see, this is what happens. I get everything started over.
Oh no, let's just try mine, and then we'll see. One more time for the road.
Yeah, and I got like about 15 minutes left. I can deal with. And
so let's go through these quickly because this is crazy. All right, so Green Lantern, Emerald Knights. That's the second one, right?
Yeah.
I really love this one. I love it. I fucking love it. Like the anthology thing. I thought the stories were really cool. I thought it was like kind of like quite epic. I'm gonna put it behind Wonder Woman though. I think it's oh no, you know what? It's not as good as Arkham. And it's really high quality. I would say it's behind War. I'd say it's just behind War.
I'll agree with that, but I think War should be higher. But
yeah, I like that a lot. All right, Green Lantern First Flight. I really love this one as well. I think this one's absolutely excellent. I think it's a great. Ooh, are you there?
But yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah, I think it's a great. I was just worried I was cutting out. I think it's a great origin story for Green Lantern and what the movie should really be. And to be fair, I think it's better than Wonder Woman even.
Exactly where you put it. What I say is better than Wonder Woman? I don't think so. But it's definitely in that tier.
Just because it's longer, I think they're the same quality for how long they go on, but the Green Lantern one just has longer to. It's got more good in it because it's just longer. That's it. There's no difference in like the quality of the writing or anything like that, or the visuals or the action, or even that they've both got great villains. But yeah, again, just in virtue of being longer, it has more good stuff in it.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah. So that's my reasoning about that. Really good film. If you guys haven't seen Green Lantern First Flight or Green Lantern Emerald Knight, I'd say watch it.
Watch it. I agree.
Teen Titans: The Judas Contract. I don't know.
I haven't seen that one yet.
It's one of those ones I can't even remember so well, but I do remember liking it. I think it's good. I'm pretty sure it's good. I'm going to put it at Snydery last because I just don't have a great memory of it, which gives me the feeling that it was good, but like not
as good as you thought. Yeah.
I love this one. I fucking love this one. Yeah,
that one's fire.
This one is fire. This one's like really top tier though.
Yeah, I agree.
And this one, Apocalypse, is done really, really well. Is it better than Doom? I think it might be better than Doom.
I could see where you're putting it ahead of Doom, so I'll agree with that.
Yeah, I love it, man. The Trinity just acting like complete badasses the whole way through the film. I think it's really good. And then it's got a really good version of Apocalypse. Supergirl's awesome in it. I think it's tight, bro. It's a tight film. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think New Frontier is better. Definitely the Crisis is better. So yeah, I think that's about the right place for that. Red Sun.
Oh, I loved Red Sun.
Interesting one. I loved it as well.
Yeah, I loved it. I think it's top.
Yeah, the changes though, I didn't like some of the changes. That's my only problem with it.
What do you mean changes?
Like the way they did Lex Luthor and Lois's relationship, the fact that Lex Luthor didn't, it wasn't like his real trick at the end that stopped Superman. I just think all of that stuff like hurt the movie because it was just better in the comic. But one change was really good. The way they changed Wonder Woman was really good. Making her more of an equal to Superman. I love that rather than her just being a love interest. Like, so I like that. And yeah, everything, it was a pretty fucking badass movie. So it's definitely better than Wonder Woman. It's better than Green Lantern.
I agree.
I don't think it's better than Hell to Pay, though.
The Suicide Squad, I've never seen that one yet.
Suicide Squad Hell to Pay is pretty.
Yeah, I've never seen that. I gotta watch that one.
And it's not better than Under the Red Hood, but it's really good, especially for the second phase. That was one of the better ones.
Oh wait, is Hell to Play the one where Deadshot sleeps with Harley?
Possibly. That's the first one. That's the first one. Hell to Pay is where they're after a card that gives you a ticket to the afterlife, but you get to go to heaven, basically.
Okay, so I didn't see that.
So it's a mystical thing where you get to go to heaven, and Amanda Waller's trying to get it for herself. It's fucking great. Amanda Waller. She's always a fun character. But Superman, Man of Tomorrow, part of the Archerverse. This should be really in the top tier. And there's one thing holding the fucking movie back. And it's the same thing in all these Archerverse movies. And it's the same thing in this new Batman Long Halloween movie that holds it back. And it has no fucking music. No good musical score.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's noticeable. It's just this like scenes that should be epic, that should be heightened by the music, and just aren't.
I seen that tomorrow.
Did you watch it?
I seen it. I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was great though. I wouldn't put it in the top. If you're gonna put it in the Snyderverse, that part, I will agree with that.
Yeah, that's where I would put it. Snydery, just because music, and then it could have been a little bit better. Like I think they could have explored the whole thing that they set up with Superman feeling like he's a monster and he's an alien. I think they could have dwelled a little bit more on that, like in the beginning, and then gone to him getting to Metropolis. But yeah, like it was a nice movie.
I think his fight with Lobo is what saves that movie for me.
Yeah. I think Parasite got a bit ridiculous by the end as well.
Yeah, he did.
So let's say I don't think it's better than Bloodline, to be honest. I'd put it about there. It's better than Batman Soul of the Dragon. Yeah, definitely. You know what? I'm taking these Teen Titans a little bit down because I'm looking at some movies that are much more memorable than it. I'm gonna put it there. MCU. Yeah. Superman Unbound. I like this one. Have you seen it?
No.
Ah, man, it's fantastic. Really good Superman movie. It's got a really great version of Brainiac. When you watch this film, you'll be like, oh man, they should do a fucking Brainiac movie. Brainiac versus Superman movie. I think it's better than Hell to Pay. And not better than Under the Red Hood. So I'm gonna put that top tier. I think it's excellent.
I'll check it out.
Really good Brainiac story. Superman and versus the Elite. Please tell me you've watched this because this is fantastic.
That one I didn't see either.
No, you're just a Superman hater. I know it. Like
no, not at all. I just never caught wind of that one until you guys started really talking about it the other day, right? Like I didn't see a lot of them, but I did watch a lot of them as well too. So that one just missed me.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I personally like that one. It might be a personal thing that people might go, I'm being crazy, but I personally like that better than Under the Red Hood. Is it better than Year One? It might be better than Year One for me. They're about the same. Like to Batman Year One for me is what Superman versus the Elite is. It gets the pure message of what those characters are about, like at their very essence. So I like both of them really a lot. I think they're about the same, Batman Year One and Superman versus the Elite. So I'm gonna leave it there. All of these are fantastic though movies. All of these in the top tier here are fantastic movies.
I agree. The next one you're putting on there, top
Superman
tier.
Yeah, Public Enemies is very, very good, but I think it's my least favorite of these first movies. I like Wonder Woman more, I like Green Lantern more.
Really?
Yeah. I liked it. I didn't like the cartoon style of the drawing. That was weird. And then I liked it. I liked it a lot. I'll say that I liked it a lot, but it's just not as polished as some of the rest of them. And the cartoon style, the drawing style, like I think hurt it a bit more as well. But the story is great.
The story is great. It was comic book accurate to the T.
Oh, that's really? I haven't read the comic.
Comic book accurate to the T. That's why I liked it so much.
And then our last one, Justice League War, Justice Society 2 War. This is the last one of the Archerverse, and I fucking really, really liked it. I'm thinking where I'm going to put it. Again, the musical score, the lack of the musical score in this hurts the movie. I'm going to actually, funnily enough, I'm going to do a series of videos. Are you there? I'm
still here.
Yeah. I'm going to do a series of videos where I'm going to put a score behind some of these animated movies to show how much they would have been better with like a score behind some of the scenes.
That'll be fun. Yeah, I want to see that.
Yeah. So this one is another one. It's just hurt by a great concept. Could have been executed a little better. I think they had a really good concept there, like a Flashpoint, but done in World War II, where like everything's like changed slightly. I know the characters are changed slightly. You've seen it, right?
Yeah.
So everything's changed slightly. I like the Superman, how you found out about Superman and stuff. For all of that was excellent. The action was excellent and epic as well. But it could have just been fleshed out just a little bit more. But I really loved it. What did you think about it?
I thought it was really good too. I don't know. I'm not really. I'd have to go back and watch them because I wasn't really like catching on. Well, the score is not here in this spot and that. So, sorry. I would have to go back and watch it and be like, okay, maybe he's right. A little score here or there could work, you know. But I don't think that would hurt it for me too much as well. And I'm fine with the spot you put it in.
Yeah, I think Shazam is good for that. Yeah, and that's basically my list, guys. So my top 10. I've never really figured this out before, but this is interesting for me as well. My top 10 would be or the top tier. So let's see, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Well, anyway, so whatever the number it is, here, 8. So 16, 18. So my top 18 is Superman, Public Enemies. 17. I didn't think Wonder Woman would make it into my top things though, which is interesting. So 17 is Wonder Woman. Green Lantern First Flight. Number 16, Red Sun. Number 15, Suicide Squad Hell to Pay. Number 14, Superman Unbound. Number 13, Batman Under the Red Hood. What was I on? 12, Superman vs. the Elite. 11, Batman Year One. 10, Superman All-Star 9. Batman The Dark Knight Returns Part 1 is 8. Dark Apocalypse War. Wow, that's high. I didn't realize it was that high. 7. Justice League Doom. 6. Apocalypse. Superman, Batman Apocalypse. 5. Justice League New Frontier. 4. Justice League Crisis on Earth. Brilliant movie. 3. Batman, The Dark Knight Returns Part 2. 2. And then Flashpoint 1. What do you think of my top list, man?
I can definitely agree with a lot of those. Flashpoint, Batman, Dark Knight, Justice League, Apocalypse, War, Red Sun. I agree with it. There's some I didn't see in there. I didn't see All-Star Superman yet. I didn't see the Superman Elite one. So there's a few I didn't see in there, but the ones that you have in there, I absolutely agree with.
Dude, you have to watch those, man. You really have to watch those. I'm surprised that some of them have made the top, because I didn't think Wonder Woman and Superman, Batman, Public Enemies, even though I thought they were like really high, I didn't know they would make it into like my top 20 necessarily, because there's so many good ones. But yeah, that's really this is, I think, a good ranking of them. Because I always think people put like a lot of the Batman ones up high that don't deserve it. You know,
well, I'm about to watch the Long Halloween, so I want to see how that is.
The Long Halloween. I'll be curious to see what you think of it, and I'd be willing to have a discussion on that. But apart from that, man, guys, thanks for joining me on this stream. Oh, what does this say? It's ridiculous to me that 75 to 80% of the DC films, TV, and animated are all focused on Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. Well, Wonder Woman, it's like 2% of that 80%. So it's really Superman and Batman. Like, where the fuck is Green Lantern? I agree with you, man. Where's Flash, man? I want more Flash fucking. Like,
but those are the top draws. You know what I mean? So you're gonna expect to get those ones more than anyone else.
Yeah, but like, come on, man. Like, you could do it. Like, you could do it 70-30. I mean, it's like literally 90%.
No, I agree with it more than.
You know, but again, Batman fanboys, they don't buy anything else. Like, they just buy Batman, and that's why DC has fucking done that. And it's just, no matter how shit the Batman thing is, they keep on buying Batman. And it's like, when Green Lantern comes out, when Wonder Woman comes out, they always complain. You always hear like DC animated universe people complain about, oh, they don't do these films, they don't do it, and then they don't buy it when they do a Green Lantern or a Wonder Woman. So what do you expect? I always buy it, as you know, especially when it's a different DC character. You know, when they did Flashpoint, when they did Green Lantern, when they did Wonder Woman, or when they do that, I always buy them to make sure that they know that, you know, that's what I want, more of that. But other people don't, so I can't blame them, to be honest. All right, that's me.
Hold on, one more thing before you go. Before we go, what did you think of this episode of Loki, real quick?
It was kind of boring, dude.
I didn't like it.
Yeah, I thought it was really boring.
I didn't like it. I didn't like the fact that, you know, it's like female Loki is good now, and they're gonna be going up against the Timekeepers. I'm like, they just made it so predictable for me. Now I said if they do a 180, I'll be like, okay, boom, I can deal with that. But right now, I see where it's going, and I'm just like, nah, I don't.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I thought female Loki was going to be this badass when she burnt up those people. I was like, oh shit. This is going to be wild. And now she's just some pixie chick with like a weird, like Mary Poppins accent. I'm like, dude, I'm not here for this, man. Like, this is like Looney Tunes, fucking, what's it called? Doctor Who, whatever, like thing. I wanted like her to be a darker character, like a dark version of, like, to get the evil Loki back, right?
Me too. To me, they just went to the regular formula, you know. So we'll see.
Yeah. I don't know where you were. Somebody was saying, but Loki is bisexual, so it's going to win an Emmy. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Is he bisexual?
Yes. Yes, it was confirmed in the show.
Dude, you haven't seen the DC animated films. You're crazy, dude. Film elitist. May I? Oh, may I join you, film elitist? Okay, I thought you said, did he want to join the stream? I would have said, of course. And Doom is better to me, no, but not by much, though. I don't know what he's talking about there because we moved past it. But all right, guys. Yeah, that's my view on Loki as well. Thanks for joining me, guys, man. It's been a cool stream. And thanks for all of the comments. Do give me a high five. Smash that like button if you haven't. And of course, tell them about your channel, Enzo. I know like a lot of the people here already on the channel, but if anyone catches the stream later, Enzo, watch. It's a fun channel, but I'll let you introduce it.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, it's Big Ford Entertainment. We do a lot of shows over there. We do real stuff. We do sports when that comes back. We do relationships, and we're doing pop culture stuff as well, man. So I do appreciate it, and it was fun to be on there, man. Thanks for having me again.
No problem, man. And yeah, apart from that, what is it? Like, comment. Tell me how you would rank the DCAU movies. Do your top 10, top 20, and then your least favorite, like the worst 5 or something like that. I'd be curious to see anyone who wants to put their lists up. And what else? Comment, subscribe, like. I think I've covered it all. So I guess I'll see you on the flip side. And I love you 3000. Peace.